The Wild Wild West.
There we go.
We made it. Just 3 island boys, baby.
Ooh, a couple island boys. What's up, bro?
I'm an Epstein Island boy. Get molested by Bill Clinton.
Probably gonna feel my cheeks.
Figured by Gary Glitter.
That must be hilarious when you're down, like taking the weirdest requests, and it's like, you know, like you're like, I need 12-year-old Cambodian chicks, and they're like, whatever, bro, that's meat and potatoes. They're like, what about 2 little
Special needs wiggers.
Yeah. Do you have any Florida wigger twinks?
I need some reggaeton, 14-year-old white reggaetons, and they're like, I think we can find them. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, Twiggers, they're on the menu. Did you see it?
Start calling around. Yeah, that's pretty hot.
You think they got parents?
Getting up on one of them little island boys. So fucking Florida island boys. Where in Florida are they from?
They're
I wonder.
little fellas too. You could definitely.
They're.
take them both.
When I saw their
You
pictures.
could take them both by force at the same time.
Oh, dude, no problem.
Dude, they're from SeaWorld.
I could do forced oral on both of those. Just 2 headlocks, dude. Fucking twisting my torso to whoever I desire.
Yeah.
It'd be
I
crazy.
could make them spit roast me. Well, you back one up into the wall. You don't let him. You got. He's gonna try to get like lateral movement, but you got to back him into the wall, and then you just pull the other one into you.
You can do forced sodomy on yourself.
Yeah, dude.
It's called a forced sodomizer. To force someone to fuck you in the butt is crazy. Dude.
I call it bottoming from the front.
Might be a fucking. I mean, there's power bottoms. It's when you throw it back, but that's like absolute dictator bottom, dude. It's like, no, you're gonna fuck me in the butt.
Yeah,
You little bitch.
it's the ultimate display of power.
It is. It's it might be a strange loop. That's the ultimate paradoxical display of power.
It's dictator bottom. It's Kim Jong-il.
Dude, I'm here with motherfucking Mike Rainey. I'm here with motherfucking
Thank you
Tim
for having
Bartley.
us,
What's up,
man.
bros?
This is great, dude.
Shane's in California.
Good for him, man. What's
Yeah,
he
dude.
doing? Partying?
No, he's opening up for a very famous comedian.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, the biggest news in the world. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Sometimes,
Pretty cool.
Sometimes Daddy has to take very important business trips, dude.
Wow. Yeah. I hope he brings us back presents.
I hope so.
He better come back with presents for us.
I mean, a little keychain, a little mug.
Does he take like a trinket of yours and like take pictures of it on the road for you and send them back?
I wish, dude. No.
Like an absentee father. Yeah, I got to take this this stuffed frog to the Eiffel Tower
Dude,
and take
I'm
a picture on a business trip.
I just have my baseball glove, dude. I'm
little
out
Matty.
out front every day, just tossing
Wait
my
for that car to
fucking
come
ball
up.
in my glove.
Every time you hear like a car passing, it's like you quick perk up, little Matty.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
be truthful. Would you get jealous? Would you get jealous if you saw an Instagram video of him in the pool with the island boys?
That would be the thing I think that pushed me over the edge. I would tear this whole podcast apart just out of spite and rage. Just being like, what the fuck?
I'm an island boy, dude, not you.
Yeah, if you like got tatted up with him, was in the pool.
Damn.
My island boy. I call him. What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
No, I just
When are you
got this
coming
thing.
back?
I just got this one thing I got to do today, and then I'm probably just going to go back to the hotel.
Fuck, I'd be devastated, dude. If he was with the Island Boys. What's their names again? It's like Red something. Fly Soldier.
Kodiak.
Look
Sugar.
at those 2 little youngsters, bro.
Oh, God.
Gardini, I appreciate you disciplining yourself with the Google. You've been pigging out lately, and people were very upset.
Guard dog, you could be an island boy. You're built like that.
Are you saying you could force him to fuck you in the ass?
I'm just saying it wouldn't take much.
You think you could back it up on him? How? What trap? You have to set a trap. 'Cause, you know, those little kids are rascals, bro. They're quick.
Dude, I would leave a trail of M&Ms leading to my asshole.
You'd have to do like 1 M&M, 1 Xanax bar, and then they would fucking those kids. They strike me as a couple fellers that love barbiturates.
How old do you think they are?
Gotta be 14. I mean, look at the one. Go to the one where he's looking top right, Gardini.
Guard dog, go to gottabe14.com.
I feel like Soldier Boy is connected with these guys. Look at that guy. Guy loves Xanax, dude.
It's
Also, how are you getting so many tattoos? These fellers, for the audio listeners.
Dude, I promise
talking
you.
about 2, maybe 120-pound fellers.
kids look like this in high school now. It's nuts.
Tats?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't you need like a parent to come tat you up?
I
They're
don't
island
know.
boys, dude. No
I
rules
think
apply there.
True, you're just-
International
yeah.
waters.
True that. True that. They probably live in like fucking
I think-
Orlando.
I think parents are like kind of letting their kids go for it on TikTok now. They're
True.
Like, if you need full body tat,
That's the only
your
reason I'm
mother and
having
I are
kids.
gonna have to support you.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm having kids. They better wear like fucked up eye contacts the whole time, like glowing eyes.
Yeah.
If my kids don't go viral,
What
I'm
is
gonna
this? Are you not on perks? Are you not on Xanax right now? What's wrong with you?
Hey, why don't you call like 9 of your friends over here and stay here for like, I don't know, 2 years and see if you guys can start something. Let's pay this mortgage.
I learned it by watching Island Boys. All right.
I'm going to pressure the shit out of my kids to go viral. If my kids don't go viral, I'm going to be pissed, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. Your kid starts making like $250K a month.
Just put them in the pool in basketball shorts and don't let them out till they come up with a jingle.
I'm gonna take
raisin skin.
I'm gonna tap my kid's face. I'm gonna be like, yo, hold the circ. Give my kid like a teardrop and a cross. 9 months. That baby will go viral, dude. If I tatted my baby would go viral. Probably get paid. I might do I might start. Yeah, if I have another kid, anytime soon, I might have Maya like do stunts over the newborn,
Like
and then
jumps?
just like jumps and like tat them up. Tat up Maya, let her do like jumps or just like see if I could train my newborn to like
When Jackass Kids Bop.
when strongmen have like people step on their stomachs like trucks. I'm gonna train this infant to be able to withstand like I don't know, maybe like a dog or something.
Dude, if you have another girl, you could have Island Girls.
Island gals would be nice, dude. Island gals. I don't know. That would be way more successful if these were 14-year-old girls in the pool.
Yeah.
We don't have like
Island Girls conjures a different image, by the way. Island Boys is like you're smoking weed, playing soccer. Island Girls is like you better put this fucking
Fat
basket
butts.
on your head, dude. Get this basket on your head right now.
true.
That was
Fair.
culturally insensitive. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
No, yeah, Island boys have a lot more fun than Island gals.
Dude, Island Boys, they're falling out of hammocks on weed.
Yeah, you got because Island gals,
Island Girls, dude,
well,
they're getting everything done.
There's a lot of aggro Island boys too. Like it's a lot of like, yeah, we're chilling.
It's because
but,
they're
like,
getting concussed from falling coconuts.
dude, I briefly dated a woman. She was dating an Island boy, and she got kicked out of her house because there was an AK-47. Island boy had an AK-47, and apparently he was beefing with someone, and like the person came to the house who also had a gun. That's why the cops came, and he got deported back to the Island boy. And then we'd be hanging out, and some guy from Ohio, another Island boy who moved to Ohio, would call her. Literally, dude, I swear to God, he would call her like 25 times. We'd be sitting there on our phone, like, murr, murr, murr. She's like, yeah, he calls me like 20 times a night. He freaks out.
Wow.
Sometimes the Island boys.
She probably love that too.
Probably,
She
yeah.
definitely love that attention.
It made me scared. When I found out
The
her
more you're scared that you like, she probably told you more details watching you getting freaked out. She'd be like, "Yeah, and he's just like crazy."
there's this Island boys, dude. I was fucking chilling with a lot of Island boy. I might have been putting out Island boy vibes myself, dude. That might have been why we were vibing so hard. I had fleas in my house at the time, so
That might be the most Island Boy thing about you.
she was a trooper. She would come. She saw I had fleas. Was like, come to my spot, dude. Dude, it was sick. I've told this story before. That's when I slept in a bodega for like
I
a
remember
week.
this.
Yeah.
Would you fuck her with your jams on?
No, we would make love to like the Medea DVD. You know when a DVD is on loop?
Yeah.
It would just loop in the background.
Would you hear her and we're like, mm-mm?
No. I don't remember actually. I don't remember the sound of it. I think it was actually silently looping in the back. Medea being like, okay, buddy, stop picking out on the screen. Only upon command.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding, Gardini. I appreciate you and I celebrate you.
He's fired up off all that dark chocolate you gave him.
I get bossy, dude, when the dark chocolate hits me. You know this about me. I get bossy as hell.
You turn into a city boy.
I turn into a fucking. It's a New York minute, dude. I get the dark chocolate in me. I'm like Logan Roy from. Did you watch Succession?
No.
New season's out. Oh my god,
Is this one of the shows that you told me was good?
my favorite show. I think it's my favorite show I've ever
I
watched.
can't watch shows, dude. I don't have the capacity to watch a show anymore.
You watch Squid
Tried.
Games?
I did watch Squid Games. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll tell you what. And this is.
I thought you were gonna clown me. Like, did you watch that shit?
I thought it was
Yeah,
so
I
far. I think it's pretty cool. I do get discombobulated, and I say this with respect. And I'm gonna frame my statement. A lot of times I've talked to people who aren't white, and they say they have a hard time seeing the difference between certain, like especially like if a white person, if an island boy, dude, if you want to buy liquor, you want to go to the store that has someone who's not white because it's harder for them to gauge how old. If you're not white, it's like you're not fucking 20. Like you can't really tell as good. It's like your thing's off. And I've talked to a lot of people who aren't white who've been like, yo, I have a hard time telling white people apart. And I've totally been like, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. So I say all that to say this. When I watch Squid Games and they all come out in a crowd, my eyes start getting all like.
You become black.
Yeah. It's like,
Dude, did you ever see
like going into a dark room out of the sun. Like, oh, I need a minute. I need like 3 or 4 episodes real quick.
Did you ever see EA Sports? Do you ever see like when you play like NBA 2K and like the crowds, like it's like 4 people, but there's 1,000? Remember, I watched when they all emerge into the playing fields. I always start going like.
Yeah,
because I'm like, come on, Matt, you're better than this, and I'm like, I can't fucking tell. I'm getting confused, dude. I know the main characters. When they,
I can't look
like,
at one Asian person at a time. I see all of them at once. It's fucked up.
And I don't say this with glee. It's something I'm working on. I watch Squid Games like, Matt, come on, dude. I need you to distinguish every single person. And they all come out, and I'm like, I'm getting dizzy. It's hard. Dude.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, it's fucked up when you're watching a real time scene. You're like, is this a flashback from a different character? Is this the same person? What is happening?
He puts on like migraine glasses that are actually just those trick Asian glasses.
Because I see like the 5 main characters, and then all of a sudden the rest of the people come out, and I'm just going like, come on, man, you're better than this. And I'm just like, oh no, I already saw that guy. And I'm like, no, what the hell? And I'm like, no, he's over here, and I see him again. It's crazy. But I don't say again. I'm not saying
is this
that
with any other different race or just Asian people.
I would say, nah, I don't know. Honestly, I've never had like a.
Do you ever go to like a family party on your wife's side?
No, I'm pretty good with that. I've never had like just such a crowd emerge like that to where I'm trying. I'm like, I'm obviously like working on myself. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, Matt, you're gonna see each individual person and not get confused at all. And I just start going, my eyes start getting googly on me. It's not,
Dude, have you gone to IMDb?
I'm pissed. I'm like, fucking shit.
Matt, did you go to IMDb to look up all their individual names?
Yes, I did. Just to honor them. I went. I'm like, I need to know every single cast.
I get the same way with the names too. I'm like, these names are different.
Actually, a lot of similar names in Korea. In Korean, there's a lot of sim names.
Yeah,
Kim is like a common surname. It's like a Smith equivalent. But yeah, I hold my wife's hand. I'm
people
like,
are different, dude.
Please imbue me. I tell them like, please imbue me with your powers, dude. Please. She's like, I'm actually kind of having a hard time too. Yeah, we play that game.
Dude, people ask me all the time, would you rather have the ability to fly, power of invisibility, or tell Asian people apart? And I say tell Asian people apart every single time, dude. That's how serious I am about it.
That's how much I'm trying to grow.
Dude, I would forego human flight to be able to tell 400 Asian people apart.
Just and be like, yep, I remember names, everything.
Yeah,
dude, I gave it a solid effort, dude, of alliedom, and I'm watching, and I'm just like, here you go. And it was just, dude, my eyes were just like, I was getting so fucking confused. It's so funny.
That's why white people's eyes are so wide compared to theirs, because every time you see a group of them,
see everything.
Like, oh my god, dude, what is it?
You didn't have to take it there. Dude. Although I do celebrate all of our differences, so I appreciate you, putting that out.
Tim's a round island boy.
Yes. It is.
You can't hold him back, dude.
It is funny, yeah. It's funny that like you can't mention that. It's like, man, it's no big deal. It's just facts.
Dude, I would say last spring, I go and get a massage like once a month. And it's
dude, could you at least have waited till we talked about something else before diving?
No, well, this is direct correlation.
I was going to talk about one other thing. You could have brought up massage.
Dude, I tipped 2 separate women because I wasn't sure who my lady was.
Was this a professional massage?
Yeah, it was. There was no funny business. Very, very good place, Taiji AcuCare. They it was a great massage, but I was at the front.
Oldest trick in the book, dude. They got you.
But at this place, I don't know if they do this other places, but they stand at the register.
Wait, what happened? Did you say like, were you just covering your like? I don't know which one of you guys massaged me. Here you go. Or
I didn't know because I was going to give $20 and I had 2 10s, and I truly did not know because one was my masseuse and one was waiting for her client, and it's the male madam, whatever his title is the one that rings you up.
Yeah. The sir.
The sir is ringing me up, and I didn't know.
There was a male madam there?
Yeah, he's the guy that runs it. Like he has, I guess he speaks the best English.
Really?
So he handles all the phone transactions, handles all the financial transactions too.
Gotcha.
So
that place is probably running tight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
and it's all above board.
Yeah, it's great. You could just walk in there and it's
Have
no
you ever
funny
asked
business.
for a hand job?
I have not, no.
Okay.
Although the place I took you to get a massage once, they got kind of funny once. Not that I had asked for, but the lady, I was getting massaged in my underwear, or I laid on the table in my underwear. She's like, "No, you take it off." So
that's fair. That's fair.
But dude, it didn't end there.
At this place, I got massaged in jeans with my wallet in, and she didn't move the wallet all the way, and like still massaged my butt.
Why'd you get massaged in jeans?
What?
Why'd you get massaged in jeans?
I wasn't getting on, dude. First of all, it was like he like sprung it on me. We were doing something else. He was like, "Let's go grab a chair massage." And we get there. There's no chair. They take you into the back. I'm like, dude,
I was grooming you.
I'm not fucking getting. First of all, the sun was out. You're not getting me fucking jerked off while I was supposed to. I was just stepping out real quick to get a sandwich with Mike. Don't fucking ruin my life.
True. That's a but the place was above. Wait, this was the place you said might be in a little bit of funny business.
He was all wrong. They were not above board.
First of all,
jerk him.
A hand job is the logical end of a massage. That's the point of a massage, is to like build yourself up to a hand job. The massage is good for you, but you like. I have a feeling if you don't get a hand job after massage, you might also have a heart attack. It's just, dude, that's a serious rev. You can't just fucking punch the gas, dude.
That's what they ask when you come to the ER. If you're, it's like, all right, does your arm hurt? Do you have chest pains? And did you jerk off after you got a massage today?
Or they should have a room where they at least like excuse, like set you up.
Yeah.
In a term of, like we're married men, so they should set us up and then be like, take it from here, bro. Like literally get you to every step of the way and be like,
ultimate loophole.
You have my blessing. Like I might be watching, I might not be. It's not a big deal. It's not on you. Just bounce that around your head and take care of yourself. Just do the logical end of this massage. Like I'm gonna FaceTime your wife and
that's what they call it. That's why they call it a logical ending.
That's a logical ending. Yeah, that'd be pretty tight. I'm gonna whisper through the crack of the door. Well,
do they have that when you go? When you go floating, they have like that transition room where you sit in and you get rehydrated and you listen to the music and you sit in the chair.
Yep,
that would be the space for it.
True. That's actually a good idea. Go to the transit. No, I need to crank it out then and there. The transition room will be cool, but could I work myself up on the walk?
Didn't you almost hands free in a float tank one time?
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Dude, it was crazy. I'm gonna get back into floating. What the hell are you doing? I'm kidding. I almost hands freed. Yeah, because it was like the water was bobbing up and down, and I just started getting hard, dude, and felt kind of good, and I was in a deep space, and I felt like I encountered an entity. And
he was fucking the surface tension of the water.
I mean, dude, I encountered an entity. It was very feminine entity. The sexual energy was pretty strong, and then those things started going up and down. I started getting hard in the float tank.
I don't know. Could have been a guy entity, and you don't know.
It definitely wasn't, dude. The astral beings they're very upfront about what. Like,
I don't know, dude. Astral beings show you what they choose to do. I think you might have been getting tricked.
I would have taken it at that point. You know what I mean? I couldn't. If I got fucking power bottom, if I got just,
dude, what would you do?
You slowly turn over in the float tank. Oh no, dude, stop, dude, for real, stop.
Your astral being just like flipped you over like a burger.
Yeah, I mean that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Some sort of like trans astral entity. Just fucking
you got tricked
me.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. There's worse things that can happen.
Float tanks are like truck stops for trans astral entities.
True. But so that is something that happened.
Matt, do you want your dick sucked or not?
Yes.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yes. I've been very, I wouldn't say, I've been very chaste lately on all fronts. My masturbatory life has been reduced.
Pussy too?
Well, yeah, I've been taking it easy on my wife, yeah.
Well, you're getting married. You're saving yourself.
I'm saving myself for the big night. I'm showing the sheets to the family. I want to go out and just be like, no.
Get a fryer. You should get a fryer to like announce it to announce
we got
your
a new pope.
consummation.
That'd be pretty sick. I'm gonna show the sheets when instead of before, back in the day it was obviously the hymen. I'm just gonna hit the load and show the fucking I'm gonna show the ropage to my family.
He gave us the signal.
I will show the ropage and I'll blacklight it up. That'll be they do like the day after brunch. Mm-hmm. I'll have that on display like right above the coffee and donuts of the sheets hanging with like a little blacklight on the load and be like, dude.
Make it so like
I missed a little too, but like there was more, but like that's the load.
Make it so like they got to pass through it like a college football team bursting through the like your mom's got to run through it.
Dude, that's so sick. That's how people used to get down. You after the wedding, you would just be all hanging out and they would be smashing and they'd be like, "Yep,
that was how
tore that pussy up. Here's the proof."
That was how they invented high fives.
True. That's 100% true. It's an absolute involuntary response. You're waiting. Dude, oh my God. That's crazy. People used to really fucking not have sex for a long time.
I feel like everybody just lied.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know, dude. That sheet trick, dude, that would fuck you up. If you were a girl, your whole family in the sheets. You don't see that blood. And it's a motherfucker for both because the dude might not have popped the chair. That's possible too.
She tries to spill a little Kool-Aid on it.
There had to. You are probably right. Your grandmother, if you had like a slut grandmom, she'd probably hit you. She'd probably slip you with a little thing. So the dude would just be buried like, oh, and you'd be fucking.
I always love in like fantasy movies and stories when there's a slut grandmom who's like, don't worry, I'll break it all down for you. Don't. I think Game of Thrones had like 15 of those.
That's literally what I was thinking.
Slutty grandmoms breaking it down for their whore granddaughters.
Is there anything that you guys saved like for the wedding night?
My ass. I don't know why I said that. It's such a low, sultry tone. I mean, I've recently reclaimed my virginity, so I don't know, man. I don't know if I really
like you didn't like pull like a hood out, like a leather mask or something.
No, I didn't. No. The I can't think of anything. No, I didn't save anything. Unfortunately, I was born into a culture that doesn't value chastity, and I was fucking damaged. I was beat up goods, dude.
What about you, Timbo?
No, I regret it now, obviously.
Not saving yourself. I kind of wish I waited. I wish I'd never had sex.
Yeah.
Until I was like 25.
I wish I still have never. Right.
True.
That'd be cool.
It would be sick, dude.
I saved myself till I was 19.
Swag.
Pretty long.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I was 17, but I wish I waited till way longer.
Were you consciously like holding it back, or did it?
I was desperately trying to get pussy since I was like in 7th grade. I was trying to fuck day one. So my brother hit me in 5th grade with like an absolute conundrum where he was like, "Yo, he's like, I think you're gay." I was in fucking 5th grade. He's like, I think you're gay.
Which brother?
Tom.
Yes.
He goes, dude, pretty sure you're gay. And I was like, no, I'm not gay. He was like, nah. He's like, have you ever even gotten ass? And I was like, no. He's like, well, you're not gay. And I was just like, fuck, dude. Literally, there was a 10-day period where I was like, I fucking might be gay. I was like, fuck.
Dude, that's probably when those astral demons found out. Probably just passing by and heard Tom talking gay shit about you.
Maybe.
Tom probably did an astral ceremony that tipped him off. Like, listen, guys, Matt's going to be in the tank.
He's in the tank. He's in the tank.
Cheeks, dude.
I primed him up. It is funny thinking in 5th grade of being like, just dealing with that problem when you're 10 being like, am I fucking gay? And you're like, shit, dude, that would be a big setback.
So embarrassing.
That'd be a big setback.
So
right
embarrassing
now,
if I was gay.
Do you think every teenage boy has that like paranoia for some degree? Thinking like, what if people think I'm gay?
Yes. Maybe not now. Now it's like, hell yes, dude. That's probably awesome to be gay now.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, if you're not gay now, you're gay.
Yeah, true. The poles have flipped. Classic anti-adromia, dude.
Yeah, not being gay right now is a big problem for teens.
Being hetero as fuck.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, you gotta look, dude. There's like,
It's like wearing Wranglers. Being straight's like wearing Wranglers now.
true.
It's like, dude,
They do make nice Wranglers though.
It is like the New Balance of sexuality.
check out straight Mike over here, you fucking loser.
Yeah, dude. Like I was, it's not uncommon for me to hear like people like Gardini and Noah's age. They'll talk and they'll be like, "Yeah, I've kissed dudes before." Like whatever.
Yeah.
If you're a stickler about it,
They're kissing right now. Stop.
kids
Don't
your
even
age,
say that kind of stuff.
you guys kiss dudes and shit at parties. Not a big deal,
Absolutely not.
dude. I'm telling you, the kids your
Slander.
age, I heard it's no big deal, and it isn't. I'm not shaming you guys.
Huge deal.
You guys are practically tongue kissing, trying to talk into that mic at the same time. Jesus Christ!
How about you guys fucking slide apart?
Yeah, dude. Get a paper plate between those two.
But yeah, I've talked to multiple people who are in their mid-20s being like, yeah, I've kissed, I've like, been on Molly and kissed dudes. It's like just stuff we do, like power.
Are they being like very like, does that make me cooler? I don't think so. I mean, I'm just, a normal guy. We kiss dudes now.
I mean, if you're doing that to get pussy, that's kind of sick. In a way.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like, damn, dude, that's pretty nasty. That's the lengths you're going to. Like
that would be the Fonz now, by the way. If they made Happy Days now, the Fonz would just be like doing gay shit all the time. To
Oh
get pussy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Gay. That's for you, Noah.
Damn, dude. Who was the Fonz's? Who was that redhead guy who directs that? Richie
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They would have like they would have been like at like a rave, and they would have done like a half-assed hand job to each other. That would have been one of the
They
episodes.
definitely fucked.
That would have been one of the
They
episodes.
definitely the Fonz, dude.
Do they fuck? I don't think the guys fuck yet. I think they just make out, and they're like,
No, I'm saying back then it was
Like the Fonz and Ron Howard did.
yeah, Ron Howard and what's his face?
Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler. They definitely 69.
back in the day they fucked.
definitely.
I'm pretty sure. Remember like the Rolling Stones? I think all like they were all those dudes, all people's favorite classic rock bands.
Dude, you ever see them like play guitar back to back and like sing into one microphone together? They definitely all fucked.
Oh yeah. Apparently Mick Jagger like and David Bowie used to fuck.
That's so cool.
It is fun to find like an older guy and like have him listen to like the Rolling Stones. Like Mick Jagger was like
so gay.
fucking little boys and stuff. And
Yeah,
I don't know. I shouldn't say that about Mick, but they did fuck little girls a lot.
Yeah.
They fucked little girls, that's for sure. A lot of them, and then they were just like Mick Jagger and David Bowie would be like cutting a track and just start blowing each other. What was that song? Under Pressure.
There you have it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, dude. So I don't want to talk about that junk. So what happened at this thing? So he took you. You took him to you wanted to help him relax.
Yeah, I just took him.
You kept the Wrangler. That's straight as hell, by the way. Massage and some Wranglers.
Who me? That's fine.
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Thick wallet, dude. A wallet that gave me back problems. It was in my pants as this woman was trying to touch my butt.
Part of the massage was like just like moving the wallet to the other pocket.
So what tipped you off that this place might have been trying to offer the full massage experience that nature intended?
It wasn't the time that I went with Tim. Probably the next time or 2 times later, I went in with my wife, and there's a back room that I'd never been in before. But they led me back there.
Go on.
They led me back there, and my wife was right outside the back room. I don't even remember if she was getting a massage or not. She might have just been waiting for me. And I got down to my underwear, and she's like, "No, you get naked." So I took it off, and I laid down, and she instantly goes for my cheeks, and she's like pulling them apart. She's like, "Oh, that's so sore."
Oh, dude.
Like, are you my twin? Are you able to feel what I'm feeling? And no, it's not sore, you dumb bitch.
Imagine like walking back out to the lobby and meeting up with your wife, and you're still covered in like the Nuru goo. It's just like you get sunburned on vacation, and like you just have aloe vera under your shirt all week. You're walking out very like not trying to touch the material. Hey, it was all right. Let's go. Could you tip all these women for me real quick?
Dude, I told you I had a failed Nuru before when I was a younger wild man. I had a disgusting Nuru.
You aborted.
Like I just was like, it was the only Nuru. I was like, get off me. Get off.
Wait, did the massage initiate, or did you get in there, peep the scene, and bounce?
I was slid upon. I was slid upon. I was just like, it just wasn't like, you have one thing from the videos, and it was just some lady who stunk like cigarettes, who was like breathing heavy on me, and I was like, get off me.
Oh man,
get off me. So yeah, and she's like, can I get a ride to the CVS? I was like, no, I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Dude, what did the gel? What did that smell like?
I think I blocked it out. I don't know. I genuinely don't remember. It didn't smell. The ambiance in terms of smell wasn't pleasant. I remember, but I don't think it was the gel's fault. I think it was just kind of like,
When did you know something was afoot?
When I pulled up. It was like a roadside.
When she was missing one.
Yeah, when I walked directly from the parking lot into the door of the motel room, I was like, this place seems a little seedy.
You gotta come in those balls for me, sir.
It is crazy when you get possessed by coming. What happens? Yeah. When I was a young man, I was possessed by coming.
Oh, you're a demon.
Oh, it's insane. It's the worst, dude. It's the fucking worst stuff.
Dude, that's actually pretty impressive that you pulled the eject on a Nuru.
I wouldn't have been able to do that.
You say that. If you encountered this one, it was fucking rugged, dude.
Man, I get so, even now, like I'm 42, I get so cum possessed. Like when I'm in the midst of a cum possession and I'm like looking at porn on my phone, I'll talk to the phone.
Dude, I used to be cum possessed as well. I don't know how. I've broken it. And I'm worried.
Your virginity.
I reclaim my virginity for
You're
sure.
a warrior.
One of my biggest fears is that my cum possession is going to resurface its ugly head. I don't think it will.
But it's like alcoholism. It's always there. Like you gotta keep taking steps to keep it buried.
It is there, but I'm always like,
are you worried about being murdered on your wedding night? That's a classic move.
No.
That's like the ultimate lady move. Like the ultimate dude move is like, what am I saving for this, right? Show them the sheets.
Being
the ultimate for a woman is to murder her husband on the wedding night.
Or have him murdered.
I think they like to do it.
With like a little poison needle and it's fucking.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I think monthly she like looks over my sleeping body with a dagger and is like, no, I couldn't do it.
Do you think most ladies like have murderous thoughts?
Yes, 100%. That's all women think about is murder, murder and betrayal. I would say 98% of their thoughts.
Dude, I fucking hate.
And they get horny for it.
I agree with that.
And then the other 2% is them imagining themselves on like breezy villa grotto like balconies outside on like princess poster beds. Do like a thin sheet and just after they betrayed you.
I feel like you have a camera into my wife's brain right now.
It's crazy how elaborate their imaginations can get, but then it's like if you try to send them to the DMV by themselves, it's like, what paper do I fill out?
Dude,
how could I ever figure that out?
Matt, like a week ago.
It's because dude, they have a screensaver. When they're not attacking you personally on something, their mind freezes and just an image of like them being held by like a muscle-bound, long-haired dude, and them just being like.
Matt, 2 weeks ago, my wife was watching Under the Tuscan Sun, and she's like,
what is that?
It's like the rom-com Hall of Fame movie.
Gotcha.
And at one point, she's like, do you think we could ever move to Tuscany? It's like, I can't afford sneakers, you dumb bitch. No, we're not ever going to fucking Tuscany. But it was a serious question, too. There's no like, wait, man, would it be nice to live there?
Yeah.
It's like in their mind in that moment.
Yeah.
And the same thing, too. Like, she'll be reading these fucking James Patterson books. And when I catch her reading one of those, it's like, all right, well, the next week I'm going to be accused of cheating, having multiple affairs, and I'm the high chance of being murdered right now. Whereas like if I watch Goonies, like there's no point that I think like the fucking Fratellis are after me.
Yeah, dude. It's I constantly I'll confront Brittany on her girl porn intake. Like the certain show she watches, I'm like, this is pornography. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you can watch this, but understand this is like me down here watching like gaped, like XXX gape stuff. It's like no dude will ever behave that way. This is pornographic. This is emotional pornography.
Do you ever try to trick her and put in something like healthy for her?
All the time. Healthy programming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. I try to make her watch healthy programming all the time.
It's like rubbing a pill down a dog's throat.
You ever watch a cool movie with your wife and then like there's like a graphic sex scene and they're like, okay, I don't need to see all this. You should do the same thing with her when she's watching like Love Island and like a dude's just like having abs and being like, yeah, it's like, I'm not really sure we're making a connection, are we? You're like, I can't even look at this, dude. This is
dude. Did you ever see
gross.
Love, Sex/Love? It's on Netflix. It's fucking porn, dude.
Cool.
It's pornography. No, dude. This is
what do
crap.
they do?
Dude, there's the first. I like walked in and some lady was getting fingered. And I was like, what the fuck are you watching? Turn this crap off. Sex Life, yeah. Sex/Life. It's like a 50 Shades of Grey level, dude. I was telling her, I'm like, this is softcore pornography. She's like, no, it's not.
We should see if we can make like the ultimate chick film. Have dudes saying, oh, your thoughts are valid, babe.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna kill you. Your thoughts are so valid. I want to kill you.
Like it's just weird.
I want to hide your body.
I've never got a boner for a woman's intelligence, and I feel like you're giving that to me. Like you should start your own product line. You'd be just as successful as Kim Kardashian. She's actually
they're
really
like saying things in the movie like, wow, I feel like someone who would even enjoy what we're doing would be like a really smart and intelligent woman.
Yeah, but but he'd have to be in a relationship. And he'd have to be like, I'm not the type of guy who cheats, but you're just pulling me out of this because you're so much better than this girl I'm with on every level.
I can't believe you're such a more successful woman than she is.
Yeah, on every
business
level.
lady.
Oh,
God.
dude. Like I just attracted to your business acumen. But I am so, because my other wife died. They love when dudes are like, and my wife died and it left me with these kids.
Ever since you became a Rodana Fields millionaire.
Ever since your fucking craft company of bracelets took off and became a Brazilian. That's a girl dream, dude. All those
Babe,
bracelets.
hope you don't mind I reorganized your Pinterest for you while you were asleep. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude.
I got you a trophy to commemorate your powdered milkshake sales lady of the year.
It's crazy you became the CEO of Herbalife after you.
Did you ever sell Herbalife? No. You would at least enjoy the intake meeting.
You slang Herbalife?
I used to.
You slang powder.
Yeah. I got out of the game though. But they set it up. It was like some weird Dominican lady that I worked with. She set me up. She's like, here, just go to here.
She was the plug.
She was.
That's Queen of the South.
Dude, I met her at a Borders in Springfield to buy the kid off of her, but then she made me go to like this event at the Ramada.
She went to the event.
Yeah, it was at the Ramada down by the Philly airport.
Probably a lot of fit mommies.
No.
Really?
Dude, it looked like people that have been hit by trolleys. Like everybody there is fucked up for some unknown reason. And when they start the event, I brought my daughter with me, and they asked me to have her sit outside the room.
What?
All right, so I had her sit outside. Dude,
Full disclosure.
Yeah, and then
why'd they have trade secrets?
Didn't you just say you would never be groomed by a coach?
I'm rethinking that now.
Could you actually have your teen daughter sit in my car for this, please?
And then they start blasting, "You're simply the best," and everybody
Were
there
they clapping like over their heads?
Yeah.
Wait, was it because like were they worried about her getting trades? Was she like not old enough to sign an NDA?
Man. I still don't know why because at the time she was.
Yeah, it's like nutrition. What's
2003? She was probably 4. So I had my 4-year-old daughter sit inside the conference room at Ramada while this like 45-minute presentation went on, and they start.
What did she do?
What did she do?
Yeah,
it just sat out there. Now, now that I think about it, like, I'm not just saying this because I sound like an awful person, but my wife might have been with her.
Yeah.
That would make more sense because I don't think I would leave her by herself. I'll verify with my wife. But when they start blasting the Cher song, it's like a procession of people that sell Herbalife that are also giving testimonials as to how much weight they've lost.
Fuck.
And then afterward, like, the head guy comes up to me and all the other newbies, and they're just like talking about like all the shit they've been able to buy with their commissions and how much money we could buy. And then I had to meet the Dominican lady at Borders in Springfield to buy my kit.
How's like what a normal job interview would be? Your boss just flexing, like you're interviewing for like an IT job, and he's just like, "Listen, I need someone for Windows infrastructure," and it's just like, "Bro, by the way, I got a PS5, so this is a pretty sick gig."
Throws his Kia keys across the table. He's like, "Yeah, you know, dude, they should do that anyway." When you come in, like, "We are the best." Did you ever catch you have a Target early enough where they're going like 1, 2, 3, yeah?
Yeah, it's a Walmart thing, right?
They do it in Target too.
They do it in Target?
I walked past a Target and watched them all do it, and like it kind of startled me, and they were all like, fuck. It's probably not fun when like regular people see that who aren't like.
I might start doing that at work.
You should dude.
Now that I'm in management, I might start making dudes like clap and shit.
You should go like
stand in a circle.
You should go like Tony Robbins level every morning, just being like, and you should put on the fucking headset. I worked at a place where the guy every Monday morning would do a Monday morning sales thing, headset, and come out on the floor, Wolf of Wall Street style, and be like, "Come on, guys." Dude, nobody gave a fuck. This whole place. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
They would do mass firings. And just fire, like, they would be like everybody in this boardroom and be like, "Oh, you guys should all leave." Like 25 people at a time.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's high turnover. But I left. I was 3 weeks and I fucking no showed.
Oh, that's the best way to leave a job, man.
Move, dude.
I'd never give 2 weeks.
I gave an email. Oh, dude, 2 weeks is bullshit, dude. Mm-hmm. That's not Steve Jobs level, dude. If you give 2 weeks, jobs will just disappear. Never give a job 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
Instantly, you vanish in mystery. And they go, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know he was cool.
That guy fucking rules. And then come back a month later and just go, "What? 2 months have passed?" Be like,
I quit a job on the fly at Little Caesars, and I went back like 2 months later just because I had no money. And I knew, I was like, fuck, like I was calculating the hours that I would have had. I was like, I'd probably have a check for $40 in that safe. And
Fair.
I went back, and they're just like, "No, we're not giving you a check."
should be like, "Prove it. Prove you guys only
I'm not that
$40.
slick, man.
So you went back to Caesars.
I went back to Little Caesars to see if they had a check for me. And
Did you buy anything?
Cross
to
the
eat?
Rubicon.
True. Did you buy anything? Did you? All right, anyway, let me get like a small personal pay.
I did not, man.
Nice.
I hated that fucking job, man.
Yeah, pizza places can be, in my experience, can be.
There's a
tough
pizza
job.
place in the neighborhood I grew up in that I always dreamed about working at. It was so like hot and smelly, and it looked so exciting, and I love the mozzarella sticks so much. And I just like as a kid, I would daydream about like, dude, someday, dude, I'm gonna be on that fucking griddle, just chopping cheesesteaks and like one mozzarella stick at a time. Just
Dude, you're
Right out
Little
the front.
Caesars material. You would have fit in great there.
Caesars, yeah. Tossing. I did enjoy spitting the pizzas. That was
Oh,
something
it was
I
so
enjoyed.
much fun, man.
That was something I enjoyed, and I'm, how would you say you're pretty good at it?
I was great at it.
It doesn't take much. I learned literally in like maybe 3 hours. I was able to toss it.
well, if Italian people can do it,
True. Fair point.
how hard can it be?
No, I appreciate you bringing that up. That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
They are pretty unskilled at a lot of stuff. That's why they traditionally had to resort to a lot of murder.
Violent people.
Yeah, very violent people, very criminally minded bunch.
Yeah, they are like chimps.
True.
Italian people.
Oh, yeah.
They're like hairier chimps. You ever see a counter dude at a pizza place like flirting with people's girlfriends? That's the best.
It kind of rules. I thought about that recently, dude, of like, because there are some dudes that just like, you get dudes in relationships who are just like, "I'm a flirt, dude." And it's easy to find a dude who's a cheater, who's just kind of like they all do the same stuff. They'll be like, "You looking good," always grabbing people's wives and shit. You're like, dude,
take care of her. You better take care of her.
It's dude's pulsing.
Every Italian dude
got a
is
good
like,
guy.
Every Italian dude acts like R. Kelly. It's fucking R-word Kelly. Would you consider getting a job at a pizza place like that now?
Actually, my mouth started watering when I thought
Dude,
of it. When
you would love
put
Little
myself
Caesars.
back.
Although I'm going to warn you.
Now I'm going back to old London.
It'll turn you off though. My
Dude,
brother
going in this place, it was so small that it was like the counter and then the kitchen almost backed up to the counter. It stunk every time I went in, and I was just like, I'm addicted to this.
My brother worked at Wings to Go, and he ruined him. It ruined Wings to Go forever. Dude, when you work again next to a fryer all
People
day,
were
it makes you
visibly
sick.
sweaty. Every time you went in, it was a bunch of fat people visibly sweaty.
Pizza was probably so good. That's a perfect. As a
Best mozzarella
condition.
steak probably on earth.
Yeah, dude. You definitely want a fatter person lording over a grease pit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust
seasoning
grease
it with their fucking literal sweat.
Oh, dude, it's coming right back out, right in the.
Dude,
oh,
we should make a stop after this. Let's go back to the.
I would do that for you.
True. You should be like, can I see how fat your grease person is?
You hear him breathing before you see him.
Like the last guy died last week. You're like, damn, that pizza's probably so good up until the end, dude.
Yeah, right at the end. That's the ultimate.
When he was like, just when all of his arteries were clogged.
Yeah, that's the ultimate delicacy. That's an Italian delicacy. Is like
true.
Day before you die, fat pizza man pizza.
It's like, what was that thing in like a French cuisine when you like drown a pigeon and like put it your head?
You have to eat under a towel to hide from God.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah. Just
My
leave
God.
the bones of like the fat grill man.
Yeah, working at a place like that does change you. So it's like the fog of war sets in within a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it takes away all the magic. When you're around a fryer and you start like, you see like just the nasty, how much like bugs and shit is.
Dude, honestly, I feel like Little Caesars is what made me racist.
Really?
Working there, because there used to be a bus stop right outside of there, and it would close at like 9:30 or something.
Yeah.
And my buddy ran the place, so he made me the assistant manager pretty quickly, just because I wasn't an absolute retard.
Yeah.
And I would close by myself, and at the bus stop at that time, there would be like just full of minorities, and they would come in and ask for free soda all the time. And I was too much of a pussy to say no. But it became so overwhelming that I was getting done later and later because all these minorities were coming in and asking me for free Dr. Pepper. And that's when I felt actual hate toward minorities.
Oh my God, dude.
So think about that before you judge a racist.
An entire black neighborhood thought they had a cheat code for Little Caesars. Like, there's a guy who will just give you free soda. The thing is, you have to go right as they're closing. You got a line out the door.
You had a Dr. Pepper kitchen, dude. So when did you finally work up the gumption and be like, no,
I did not. Dude, I quit.
fill me up with some motherfucking
honestly-
Mountain Dew. No, I will not fill you up anymore.
Dude,
the syrup's low.
I was getting done so late because they would all come in, and I just couldn't say no to these people. So I would give everybody a free cup of soda, and there would be no less than 10 people getting free sodas. And when I'm shutting all the shit down by myself, like that's like an extra like 20 minutes where I'm giving them cups. And so I was
Did
getting
anyone
done later.
request no ice? Did anyone have the gumption to make no ice?
No, nobody did. I might have let an M-bomb fly at that point. But it was getting later and later, and that was a major contributor to me just
If I
not
can turn
going
back
back.
time.
But if you had been like, sorry guys, no free sodas.
It wouldn't have even occurred to me to say that. I was that big of a fucking pussy.
And it just slowly built of just like,
Matt, there was
God damn it.
a guy socked his wife out front of the store one time, and I had my buddy Hoff, who was a delivery driver. As soon as I saw him sock the lady, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" And I said, "Hoff, go lock that door." I'm just so scared that the man will come in and turn it
Ask
on
for
me.
a free soda, dude. Like, man, I'm
parched.
I'm parched. Let's give her hell, dude. She was rope-a-doping me, dude. I need to quench my thirst with a 32-ounce Dr. Pepper, dude. People, they're just obeying their thirst, dude. You can't be mad at them. It was the voice, dude. That was the voice of fucking God being like, Sprite. Yes. Yes, Father. Well, it's fair. I mean, that's, I appreciate the honesty of coming in and being like, it created bad feelings to get just, I mean, you probably must have gotten some pretty sick compliments, though.
These people weren't very nice.
Really?
Yeah, it was maybe a thank you, like here and there, or like an exclamation of excitement more than any like compliment or anything like that. But it was bad, and I'm glad that store's not there anymore.
Did you ever think?
Just begrudgingly filling sodas like here.
Did you ever try to think of a way to like deter them without saying no? Like, did you ever think about learning like a sleight of hand magic trick to make them run out of the store and then lock them out?
Half lock that door.
Is this your soda? Oh!
Damn. So you've been working back. You've been on a road to perdition ever since.
Hey, every day it's an honest effort, man.
True.
So I just know my triggers. I just can't go to Little Caesars. I can't fill up my cup at a soda dispenser.
You grab me a soda, be like, no, I can't. You don't understand. That's very funny. It is funny to slowly just fucking. Why are you late? Be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that place was the worst. Papa John's was great though.
P. John's
Mm-hmm.
company culture is great there.
Mm-hmm.
Company culture at
Incredible
P. John's.
boss. Everybody's great. They would always like put on more people.
That's the perfect place to
needed
go to
work.
after you become racist at Little Caesars.
Yeah. It's like racism rehab. You go to Papa John's.
They retrain you. Like they have like a full like 20 pages in the manual. Like, and here's what you do.
Yeah.
If someone comes in asking for free sodas.
Yeah, we don't even serve them, dude.
Better ingredients, better violent crime statistics, better pizza.
Man, that's a hoot. That's pretty funny.
Did you work fast food before?
No, just one pizza place and like a couple like shitty restaurants. But I never did I never did fast food. No, I couldn't do it. My shittiest job by far was a fucking pool company. That was my shittiest. It was a failing. Did you ever work at a failing business?
Yes.
Dude,
I might be.
Dude, this was like a fucking like, it was going downhill really quickly. And the guy, I was like probably 17. His brother or someone he knew had another company. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I'm there. And the guy shows up with a Mexican dude. This is like, 17 years old. This guy was talking about the Mexican guy, I guess he had hired, as if he were a slave. He's like, yo, you got to get yourself one of these Mexican motherfuckers, dude. He's like, I pay this guy barely, he's like, I don't really, you don't cost much. They worked their fucking ass off. And the dude was just sitting there like, he was like, you got to get yourself one of these guys. I remember just being like, interesting. And dude, it was nuts.
If he was really generous, you'd be like, matter of fact, go with Matt. He's yours. This is all yours now.
I'm telling you, dude, I remember thinking like, that's pretty weird. And then we would dig fucking pools up. He had a machine, but you had to sit there and like clean the edges up with the shovel. He would stand over the edge of the shovel and be like, or edge of the pit and be like, go, go, go. Why is that shovel not hitting the dirt? He would just fucking dog you all day long.
Mush.
Go.
You were getting mushed.
Dude, he mushed us, dude. He sat, that's what he thought you're supposed to do as a boss. Stand at the top of a thing and be like, dig, dig. It was like a fucking galley ship, dude. It was second by second fucking him just being like, go, go, go. And he'd be moving a shovel.
Were you guys like singing songs?
No, we did not sing. No spirituals.
Nobody
No spirituals. It was me and a dude, this one guy. The one guy he was actively trying to fire. So every day he would flip the dumpster over and make him pick it up to try to get him to quit so he didn't have to pay him unemployment. It was fucked up. And he had the salesman, his jacuzzi salesman had a vicious stutter. So you go in there and you'd be like,
Jacuzzi's a tough word when you have a stutter.
dude, it was the worst. He had it.
Practically sells itself.
Dude, it was I'm not lying, it was that bad. So he had a stuttering jacuzzi salesman, and he had one employee he didn't like very much. The other guy who was his main man for the maintenance was fucking the main maintenance guy had gotten his company fell apart because he got into meth by accident. Thought it was coke, stayed up a couple days, failed, his business failed. Yeah. So he was he was really good at working, but that was that guy would come home. I would do maintenance with this guy, and he would just the guy had no idea what he was doing, or like the dude who hired us. So the maintenance guy was pretty smart, and he would get all of his jobs done in 2 hours. So we played Tiger Woods on PlayStation, and we were just smoke weed. But apparently to the other guy who they were trying to fire, he would do weird sexual shit where he'd come out in his underwear and show his ass to him. It was pretty weird. And he asked me, I saw the guy, we met years later. He's like, did you ever show you his fucking ass? And I was like, nah, dude. He's like, bro, he brought me into his apartment and showed me his ass. And he's like, I was just fucking around, bro. I was kidding.
Cool. That's cool.
this was easily the worst place ever.
That was the guy with the stutter?
No, the salesman just chilled in the office. He didn't go out in the field.
Take him 3 days to say I quit.
Yeah. That was easily the worst job, dude. The guy would just scream. And then at one point he was like, yo, go service pools. And I was like, I have no idea how to do that. He's like, you'll be fine. And I just went to houses and just fucked with people's shit and their pool filters. And then I went home early. I just drove home and was like, dude, I don't know. The guy's like, you didn't clean my fucking pool. It's like, I genuinely don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to like get the shit. I had to like hook up a vacuum to a thing and like use like suction. It was crazy, dude. I'd look at the pool. Did you ever look at a pool filter? It's fucking terrifying, dude. If you're not mechanically inclined, I would just like turn knobs and be like,
it does look like a fucking Victorian steam machine if you're not.
It's crazy,
like,
dude.
Valves and shit.
Worst place I ever worked.
I picture you as somebody who would take off his shirt and get in the pool to check it out.
I fell in a pool one time. The dude fucking complained too. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what I was doing. I bent down to like adjust something. I fucking fell in. And the dude accused me of trying to cool down. I was like, dude, I wasn't trying to cool down. I genuinely lost my balance. And now I'm drenched head to toe.
Yeah, I had to get back in the truck in wet jeans. Leave me alone.
He called and he was like, dude, one of your guys. And my boss was like, you gotta cool down. I was like, I didn't fucking cool down, dude.
You took a dip.
Genuinely slipped. I slipped.
Dude, imagine how good of a jacuzzi salesman you'd be right now, though. You'd probably be the best that ever did it.
God, dude.
Dude, thank you for Googling pools so we can have a better understanding of what Matt's talking about.
I try to tell him, bro. Knock that off. That is a sick cannonball. I will give you that.
That's what the homeowner took of Matt getting in the pool.
Dude, it was a pure, like, fall in. I was on my knees unscrewing something on the side, and I just tumbled. I was like stressed out of my mind, dude. I was a 17-year-old driving around a pool truck trying to, like, fix shit.
Matt, do you remember what thought you had as you were underwater coming to the surface?
I was kind of like, damn, that feels good. I remember thinking like, fuck yeah, this feels pretty good. Yeah, dude, I got my ass chewed out for that. Sucked, dude. It was the worst. And then it just completely went into ruins. Pool company fell apart. He didn't give me my last check.
Dude, I bet you something that had more to do with that than you just falling in the pool was you are the ultimate pool boy. And his wife probably said something.
I never got it. Dude, this guy, being hot. Me and this guy clashed. This guy had a mural of himself on the wall of his pool, and it said Buzzman's Paradise. Fucking hated this guy, dude. He would like fireworks in his fucking pool. And
this sounds like a Fight Club situation.
I was in Buzzman's Paradise, dude. Dude, he would leave candied jellies out, and I would eat them out of spite. I would just be like, and just eat like 4 orange slices and get in the truck and leave like fireworks in his pool. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Buzzman.
He'd be like, he came in, fucking took a dip, and then he didn't even take the shit out of my pool. And I was just like, dude, it was ridiculous. There's so much shit in there. He was lighting like M80s in his pool.
You ever ask him where he got Buzzman from?
I didn't interact
How
with
sick were his sunglasses?
Probably pretty nasty from what I remember. This dude had a nasty tiki setup. It was like this dude in like Delaware had a wicked tiki setup with a mural of himself. Buzzman's Paradise. My revenge plan. I used to go to places. I would fail personally as an employee at like a bunch of places, but then concoct like revenge plans. Mm-hmm. So like I would pillage cash registers the places I worked at. But this this is a service thing. So my big revenge, I was going to go into Buzzman. I was very set on this. I was going to infiltrate Buzzman's Paradise because I knew when they weren't around and take all of his liquor out of his bar in his outside pool.
Whoa,
but
that's some prank, man.
That wasn't a prank. Dude, I hated Buzzman. He fucking called my boss on me, dude. He accused me of cooling off. I was like, I wasn't cooling off, dude. It was a sweltering day too, so my case didn't look so good.
It's pretty surprising that he'd be so willing to be such a buzz kill.
Oh. Well, I mean, I did step into that's like the Garden of Eden, dude. I was in Buzzman's Paradise. And I jumped in. I mean, it's probably pretty normal for him to have someone fully clothed. That was parrot head behavior. Dude, it was bullshit. So, back to the massage. What happened besides that? She squeezed your butt cheeks.
That was it. And she like pulled them apart and she says, "Oh, it's so sore."
So how did she know your butt was sore?
I don't know. And like to me, like I interpreted that as like, do you want to get jerked off? Like, yeah, it is sore. Why don't you play around with that a little bit? Yeah,
Did she look into your asshole like a jeweler?
It was like the eye of Sauron.
That is very funny. It's so sore. I think that was a vocabulary slip up. I think she was trying to say you're so tense. You have a tense ass. Your ass is telling me you need a hand job.
Did you have itchy butt that week?
I did not.
Oh man,
Dude,
that would be a great service if you can go somewhere and get a professional butt scratch when you have itchy butthole.
Dude, I have canceled appointment massages because I knew my asshole wasn't clean.
I have not canceled them. And yeah, you don't feel good. You got a greasy butt.
At the place where I mentioned where I paid the 2 separate ladies, they do this thing where like they'll pull your underwear down like 4 inches so that it's like they can access the glutes.
Yeah.
Just like so that your underwear's just above your asshole.
It's a part of your body. It needs to get massaged. Actually, a very important part of your body.
I'm with you, dude. But there's times where I've been like, oh, fuck, I pooped today.
Yeah.
And I might not have cleaned as well as I should have. And, I don't want people to have to deal with that. Working people.
True. If you got like a racing stripe up the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I had a time when I was in Chicago with Brittany and we went to a B-Dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings, and I mistook our waitress for somebody else, and they were none too pleased.
What ethnicity?
They're black ladies.
Okay.
And Brittany went to the bathroom, and I was like,
Matt describing waitresses. Are you my wife? Help me.
they both had pretty elaborate like braid setups with like a different color. Mm-hmm. And I went to Brittany. I'm like, come on, give me that. And she was like, no, dude, they don't look the same at all. And I was like, well, she's pretty pissed at me right now, so you might want to get out of here. You don't want to be associated with my ilk.
Maybe if they don't want people getting confused, they'd have different baskets on their heads.
She got me, and again, I was just like, dude, I was so pissed. I was like, God damn it, not again. Yeah, people are gonna think I'm an asshole. To be fair, though, I remember kind of being like, come on, man, you guys, one of you can have that. You can't be both rocking that, or just be like, that makes sense. Yeah, I get confused all the time.
Yeah, can one of you wear a cast?
I feel so bad for you guys. I've never even had a racist thought before.
I'll give you some of mine.
You've never been stuck at the fucking just filling up Mountain Dews, dude.
Not even I guess there, but for the grace of God,
Dude, that's like filling up sodas for minorities who are holding up your time. It's like racism recharging.
Oh, Mike, your eyes just go away. It's a Duracell white power battery.
God damn. There's actually one I wanted to talk to you guys about. I figured you guys, I'm going to say something. I want you guys to chip in with some entertaining banner, maybe something insightful. Yeah, let's do it. That'd be great. No. So I was at the playground. I was actually excited to talk to you guys about this. I was at the playground and I saw a young girl was on a bicycle. Some people do bullshit shit in the playground. We're like, she's just pedaling around a bicycle. And the other kids somehow got their hands on like a clothesline, like a fucking 25-foot length of rope. And we're like playing almost like Tom Sawyerish, not crack the whip, but they're all just running through this playground with like this long drawn out rope. And the girls on the bike, dude, got literally clotheslined off her bike. They ran and the girl's like, and then his fucking fat, like right on her back.
Cool.
Dude, so my question to you is, have you ever seen any kind of nasty carnage with kids at playgrounds as such? That was pretty, for me, I was like, that was a pretty nasty carnage. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, to me, nothing. I've seen like a lot of other bike shit because at a park where I used to live, there was a basketball court where older kids would fuck with younger kids on bikes.
Nice.
And I think I just have like a thing for kids getting hurt on bikes. So I guess I'd be fair to say I'm a convicted pedophile. What do you think, Tim?
We should wrap this up.
Now, dude, I think the most fucked up kid thing I saw, there was a kid in my neighborhood who had his dad built him a ramp, and my wife and I were going for a walk, and he was riding his bike off of the ramp, and he fell off of it, and he landed like his chin hit the ground first, and that was the most fucked up thing. Like there was no like tricks involved,
yeah,
but it was just he really fucking ate it hard.
Did he go off the top of the ramp or try to bitch out off the side?
No, he went off the top, but he just didn't yank his bike up. I don't know what you're supposed to do with the bike, but
yeah,
it wasn't what he's supposed to do.
Bunny hop.
True, you gotta pull up and then just hear that electric guitar go in your head. Yeah. So he just drove off of a bike ramp.
Yeah, he just heard it too.
Yeah, you gotta catch it. That's like part of catching air. Some people aren't built for the air. Catching air. What's the most air you probably caught, you think?
I'm not an air catcher, man.
No,
I was always terrified of getting hurt. Like anything I did, like my mom would tell me I was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So I never really tried anything. I can't recall any.
What? When I was like 15, I got soaps. Remember soaps?
What's that? Yeah. The wheels with the grinding.
No, not wheelies.
Yeah, soaps. You could grind stuff.
I'm sorry, Heelys. Yeah, I got soaps. They had a plastic plate in the middle of the foot on the bottom, so you could grind. You just run and grind.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
What'd you grind? Any rails or
big kid
curb?
slide? The edge of the big kid sliding board, dude. I mean, it's sounds like a brag.
Did you go from the top of the?
Bro, come on, man. I went from the awning above the slide, jumped down.
What?
Loudest piece of metal in the world.
Would you do like a
Fuck
50,
yeah,
50,
dude.
50? Did you do like a 50, 50
God,
grind?
dude.
What kind of grind would you say you did? 50, 50
Yeah,
soul
50
grind?
50. I mean, you could get pretty fucked up and twist one ankle around. Look at that dude.
Damn, that guy's nasty as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, soaps are sick. We had a guy who had soaps in our high school and he would grind the chalkboard. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we would get up to some shit in school.
Yeah, I want to get
Front
some
step, like you're walking like into school, you like real quick bust a grind across the bottom step. Like, that's not really a big deal. It's whatever, dude.
How expensive were these?
Curb at the bus stop. How
Did you
expensive
wax
were
the
they?
curb?
Yeah.
I remember saving up.
for some soaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get. I might start waxing some curbs just around me in case anyone has some soaps on. Dude, they're $800. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
That must be vintage. Those are like the Jordan 1s or whatever.
$800.
Those are hype beast. Those are hype beast soaps.
$175. They're all. Do they not make soaps anymore? What the fuck? Why not?
I don't know, dude.
Dude, just out of nowhere grinding something with.
I mean,
your
there's an
shoes.
entire generation of like chubby white kids that just have permanent ankle injuries.
Yeah, these.
They're already fat enough that their knees were going in the middle, like toward each other in the middle. Now this. I think I had those ones, the navy blue ones with the white.
Do you really? So they're being made right now. I think they're firing them back up.
And they're just, I
Damn,
mean,
dude.
the ugliest shoe ever
I mean,
made,
dude,
too.
imagine you're in a Sri Lanka sweatshop. You're making shoes. Like, what are these ones? Like, you can grind shit.
can
And they're just
trim.
like, man,
Yeah.
fuck me, dude.
Mountain
Whoa! The
Whoa.
ultimate.
Fuck, man. Yeah, dude. That's
Damn.
Dude, those are dead kid shoes. That's what they put on you in the casket.
How much are those?
$79. Dude.
What size do they go up to? They got a 12 and a half.
Those got to be bootleg. Those are probably Valley dues.
Yeah, getting some soaps, man. That would be pretty chill. Just to grind shit again.
I didn't even know they existed.
I mean, kids your guys' age just are too busy fucking kissing each other to get pussy. You guys could be fucking grinding.
You guys never soaped in your
You
lives.
guys could be
Well,
grinding.
they are grinding, but not our type of grinding.
True. Just fucking dry humping. Have you guys ever like at your parties? You guys, when you guys go to parties with your friends your age, you guys like ever just like dry hump each other or like grind to music? I mean, I get it. You guys are doing what you got to do, and I don't. I have absolutely no ill will. I'm just curious. Like, what's that like for you guys?
Yes.
You guys grind at parties?
No. I was never invited to high school parties.
Really?
Oh, Gardenia was. Gardenia.
I went to a lot of high school parties. But
Really?
I never
Last
grinded.
year.
But I never grinded on any boys
You never whine for them?
or girls.
Really?
No, I just chilled.
No, you look like you were definitely hot in eighth grade,
One time
dude.
I got a dry hand job in the bathroom.
Boys' room or girls' room?
Sears.
It was a family bathroom. It was a household, so there's no gender. It was a all gender bathroom.
Nice.
Damn, dude.
Noah, what's up? Why didn't you go to parties in high school? What the hell?
I wasn't invited to them.
Why? What the hell? Were you bad?
No, I just didn't have many friends.
That's fair.
That's it.
That happens.
I went to one time. Girl was just fingering herself on the couch, just in
What?
front of everybody. It was insane. It really
Damn.
blew my mind, and
That
like
must-
no one was acknowledging it. Like seriously, like it was crazy. Like no one was acknowledging it, and I was just kind of like walking around. And then I looked, and she was just like on the couch, like fingering herself. And I was like, "Is anybody else like seeing what's happening right now?" But like no one was around.
Imagine,
me.
dude, imagine how vicious the rumors were about her if she was
Oh, my
openly
God.
fingering herself and everyone ignored her.
Bro, it was insane. It
Dude,
blew my mind.
true.
Noah's going in circles on his heelys.
That sucks too. Like you're not getting invited to parties. You go to one. You're
Just
like,
so you
what
guys
the
know,
fuck?
I didn't actually fuck my stepdad. Oh my god, I'm gonna squirt. I'm gonna squirt.
Yeah, that would happen. There was girls who would just. I mean, I understand the move. You're in high school and you just like blow like 5 dudes in one night.
Yeah.
Get some clout.
That'd be pretty cool.
You get some clout. There was always girls in high school like, yo, she blew like 7 dudes
Oh yeah, we had a girl
last
on
night.
the ski trip that I couldn't afford to go on, but apparently in the ski trip, this girl
It's a skeet trip, dude.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
she had apparently she had a bunch of dudes asking
Let me
for-
see it, dude. Let me see it. Hit me with it. Yeah, tell a story like that. Yeah. Let me see it. Let me see it.
You see that, dude?
You want some, dude?
Let me get that. Oh! I'll give you a wiener, dude. I snuck the wiener.
Yeah, do it again. Eat it.
Oh, dude, I would get all up in that. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, we had a girl who ate a bunch of free soda dudes' butts on the ski trip. Yeah.
What's free soda dudes? What are free soda dudes? Wait.
My free soda
I probably shouldn't explain that.
Right, I hear what you're saying.
But the rumor is that like, yeah, she ate 10 dudes' butts. They were lined up out of the hotel room door down the hallway.
What?
Pretty gross.
Legend. Legend.
She never shook it. I think to this day she probably has like there's probably a good number of people that she like has to pretend don't exist because of how tortured she was.
She ate all their butts. How does the word get out? She's like, yo, tell your friends.
Dude, it was like
I'm eating ass
Monday
in here.
morning or whenever the next day everyone was back from the ski trip, it was like everyone was like, dude, did you hear? She ate 10 dudes.
She came back with a goatee and a cleft palate.
It is funny on the ski trip. Just
Free soda dudes' butts, by the way, not just 10.
yeah.
Well, imagine
Mixed
though.
bags.
Okay, so imagine, you know, you're a young African American. You're on the ski trip, and it's like, yo, there's some lady just eating black asses.
Isn't that gay
And
though?
you're on the slopes. You're just
Wouldn't
breaking.
they think it's gay?
Nah, dude. Not if you're with
Bro,
all your boys.
you have
Not if you're with all your boys.
no
If you're with the
insight into
squad-
black sexuality.
Yeah, if you're with all the squad.
What, getting your butt? Anything related to the butt
Bro.
in black sexuality is gay.
No black dude has ever fucked without bringing a friend.
Oh, I agree with that.
Never happened. Yeah.
But they just their balls could be fucking making pizzas with one another.
Yeah.
But as long as there's no asshole play, they're good. I think
was it just ass eating? She was probably blowing people and stuff. There's no way she was just eating ass.
Who knows?
Those dudes are asking for some blowjobs, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anyone would. If
Well, you figure by like the 6th dude, she probably had a pretty good clip going. You know, what I mean, she's probably
got a
eating the
rhythm.
butt pretty good. Yeah.
just fucking the 9th dude be like, oh fuck, bitch, eat my ass. Oh fuck, bitch.
Man,
That's a funny rumor.
that's tough. I mean,
It was tough, dude. It was tough to witness.
did she have like a recent breakup? She was trying to get back at a guy or something?
No,
'Cause
I
that's a
think
good
she
get
was
back.
like very Christian. She had a very Christian family. So what,
That's
what
Mother. That's
probably
very Mother
happened-
Teresa of her, dude.
She probably did.
That's MT, dude.
That's deep Calcutta stuff.
all ye, my children, dude. She wearing her ski boots, just rocking back and forth in her ski boots. Fucking,
It's Calcumma.
that's so funny.
So yeah,
How was your
what probably
weekend?
happened was that she probably did a little bit of rebelling.
yeah,
Got away from her Christian parents for a weekend, and one person that didn't like her found out about it. And was just like 10. It was 10 butts she ate. She ate 10 butts. She probably like kissed a guy,
yeah.
and like within 48 hours, it was like, dude, life is over.
Maybe she just couldn't say no. Like, excuse
Yeah,
me,
right?
excuse me, mister. I was thinking about getting my ass eaten. She was like, I don't see any way out of this.
It's like Pringles. Bet you can't eat just one.
maybe she was like,
This is just butthole Little Caesars. Like I said, dude, they're just asking, can I have some free
People are
soda?
just
She's
coming
not
in
saying no.
backwards, just fucking. Gosh, she's looking. She's like, I'm meant to go to
I'm
bed. 20
never gonna
minutes
get out of here. Fuck. That's why I stopped eating ass, dude. I'm never gonna get home. I'm gonna miss my bus back.
Yeah, it's always it's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
What was like the rumor in your school? Because for us, it was just a kid somebody started a rumor freshman year. This kid Repture was jerking off, and it haunted him for the next 4 years.
Hey, where was he jerking off?
They started a rumor that they caught him jerking off in the stalls because at our high school we didn't have doors on the stalls.
Say what?
Yeah, there were no doors in the stalls. So somebody said they walked past and this
Did you
kid
go to school at Veteran Stadium?
they removed them all.
They had piss troughs in the classrooms.
Damn. So you took a dump. It was just.
You had to
It's like prison.
trust in one another.
True. Yeah.
But yeah,
Caught him fapping.
I don't think they did. I
Allegedly.
think they were just busting
That's
balls.
why I would wear a cape. I would just hold up my shit cape. It's shit, and I would look over at the top too. Like, don't look at me, dude. I'm pooping in here.
People found out there was a bathroom in our high school that was like, I think a staff bath, but it was a solo. I found out about that like my junior year, and I would hit that up and take
Yeah, it's a tough one to
nice
pass up.
dumps, bro. So I didn't like dumping. I wasn't one to dump in public until I think I was in like late high school.
For that reason?
I never shit in grade school. I wouldn't go shit in public bathrooms when I was young.
That's normal.
Yeah, I just was like, I was turned off. Then it was like, once I was liberated in high school. Once I started shitting in public, I remember being like, I got kind of ballsy with it. Now I'm back to like, if I can avoid it, I will.
Yeah.
I kind of need
I've
a
got.
spot-
You know what I've gotten into? I Vietnamese shit in public
Squat?
bathrooms. I stand on the seat squatting over this.
Really? Do you really?
I do this in porta potties a lot too. Actually, porta
That's
potties I
actually
think are
good.
wise to it. If you notice, next to the toilet seat in porta potties is like
Barbed wire?
sloped down. It's like the homeless like spikes so that they can't sleep there.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that's a, you'll
man.
pitch
I hop up on the seat and hover over like this.
What do you
You'll
hold
pinch a
on
good
to?
loaf.
Like the
Oh,
pipe
dude,
work?
this is perfect pistol squat form, dude.
yeah,
It's like he's posing
You
for
think I
like.
need to- hold on, look at this. You think I need to hold on to something?
true. And you're
Look at
on
this.
wheels too on a pivot.
Look at this. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Don't ever
that's-
question me again.
And you will, that's nice too because when you're apparently that's a squatty potty. When you put your feet up,
Yeah.
it like releases some sort of
It's the
muscle.
ultimate.
It lets you just drop.
It's like
There's
a
no
natural
bad-
popper.
Do you have a squatty potty?
I've used one at Tommy Pope's house.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can't. I'm pissed if I have to shit without mine.
Yeah.
I can't go back to not having.
I've
my
got
feet up.
the Sega CD 32X set up. I've got the squatty potty with the high-end bidet.
The bidet is crazy.
If I ever have to use an away bathroom, it's like I put like war paint on my face and shit. Like, all right, time to get back in there.
Yeah, dude, the bidet. Billy has a bidet. I'll just clean my ass.
Mhm.
I'll just stop at a bidet and just.
You never know if
freshen
you're getting
up.
a massage or something. Might as
True.
well clean it.
True. Just freshen up before I go back.
But
not
yeah,
bad.
that's my hot tip, dude. Stand on the dirty toilet seat with your sneakers on.
But you put yourself at risk of splashback.
No, you know what the trick for splashback is?
Stand up as you drop.
A layer of toilet paper on the surface of the water.
Oh.
Jesus, dude.
Bro, come on, man.
Yeah, I've gotten splashback from a porta potty and it's haunted me, dude. I've had the blue
Was
liquid.
it blue?
The blue liquid is going up my butt,
No.
dude. Just a potion of just like construction worker dumps. I had that shoot up my butt.
That's like a bank robbery die pack.
It's probably why I didn't get COVID.
Stank robbery.
I'm telling you, man. I think that's why I didn't get COVID.
Yeah, because you got the
Blue liquid,
Vax.
dude. Yeah, dude. I have like 19 countries fucking just up. It probably went up into my like
Jesus,
stomach
man.
lining. It's awesome.
Oh, it splashed your hole?
Hit my hole, bro. I got fucking
Put it on like
true-
chapstick.
That's true splashback, dude. You hit it, it hits your hole. So
Man.
Yeah. That's how you zero your butthole. You have to splash directly back into it. If it's off, you gotta like adjust the color. It's like setting a scope on your gun.
I got recalibrated.
Yeah.
That blue liquid hits you, bro. It's a bad feeling. Oh man, where we at time wise? All right, let's wrap her up and go to the Patreon.
Let's do it, baby.
Start to enter. Yeah, I don't want to end so abruptly, but yeah, let's go on the page. Also, what do you guys want to do? Anything you want to tell people?
Oh yeah, check out our podcast, Dad Meat. If you're a fat gay retard, I think you'll find what you need there. And also check out my new podcast with Del Calo and Jake Matera, Little Stinkers. It's mostly serial killers, but it's anybody who does fucked up shit who also happens to be very funny.
Nice swag.
Yeah, just check out that meat.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah,
And check out Tim's Twitch channel too.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Dude, find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tim Butterly. It's just a nice time on Sunday mornings. A couple
heard
weeknights
that.
here and there, but
Heard that.
just taking care of people.
Yeah, I don't have anything right now. I'm in negotiations of a small little string of shows.
Oh,
Oh, good.
So once I get them, I'll put
What
it
about
out.
more solo casts? Are you gonna do more solo?
Oh, I'm still doing them. I started an actual, dude. I swear to God, I think I have type 2 bipolar, dude. I started it in a good way, but I started I had the idea. I was doing the solo cast. I'm like, I should do a book club, and like a fit of just glee, and I'm still gonna do it. I signed myself up to do a book club. The first book's 700 pages. I'm like, I woke up 3 days later. I'm like, I'm such a
you
dumbass.
fucking idiot.
And it's like super complex like ideas. I've read the intro like 4 times, dude. It's confusing me. But I think I'm gonna start my solo cat. The thing I do on Patreon is just a solo. It's just gonna be. I think I'm gonna mix a bunch of different stuff in there, but part of it's gonna be whatever book I'm reading. I'm gonna take notes and give you ever Blinkist.
no.
Blinkist is an app where you can kind of do like you can listen to like the gist of a book, but it's kind of dry, So I'm gonna try to read books, take notes, and be able to give like a very shortened summary, so you can just absorb the knowledge of books.
You should think about doing these live from Buzzman's Hideaway.
Bro, I'm gonna fuck Buzz.
Or-
Buzzman's probably dead. Buzzman probably. I don't think Buzzman survived 2020.
Oh no.
Nah,
What are you talking about? He's hunkered down in paradise.
dude? This guy, he had the orange jellies out all the time. He had the tiki bar. He was a jerk.
Yeah, they don't die, man.
I don't think. Yeah, true. He's probably that motherfucker's probably still alive. But yeah. So yeah, go on the Patreon. Go on your guys' Patreon, or don't
do whatever you
or
want.
don't. I don't
Yeah,
care.
just-
But
just have
you know,
fun.
I just feel obliged from a business sense to enter some stuff in here right now. So also check out. I'm trying to think of other businesses. I don't know. I think
Papa John's, that's a good one.
PJs. I think there's some decent sales right now. Some company was having a sale. I forget what it is.
Black
but-
Friday starting early this year.
Really?
Yeah, you're already. I mean, probably in the next week or two, you're gonna start seeing deals.
Oh, I will say this. I do want to plug this. I haven't gotten it yet, but I have no financial stake. Original Sebzi. That's my Moroccan ceremonial hash pipe. It's in the mail. The guy was an absolute fucking gem to deal with. So,
Wow.
I would like that guy to get a lot of Sebzi orders.
Sebzi?
It's like a look up a Sebzi. Yeah, there it is, dude.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, man. I have like a foot long hash pipe. It's in the mail right now. Every day it doesn't come, I'm so pissed.
That's a classic feeling. That was the original edging. Before you got into like cum edging, it was like waiting for something to like the one time a year, like your parents would order you.
Oh yeah, dude. Sebzi, bro. Mine looks way better than that. But yeah, it's so sick. All right. Well, thank you guys. We're going to the page.
See you guys.
The Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Yo. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Hanging out. hanging out.
What the fuck, dude? We're here
I'm
with
I'm
Nick
in
Bryant.
just in a silly mood. I'm in a very silly
wacky
mood.
man today.
I'm a wacky man. I'm in a very light mood.
Well,
I just read. Did you ever read Thomas Merton before?
I have read Thomas Merton.
I finished his book, Seven Story Mountain.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
what's it about?
Oh, it's about this guy who becomes a Trappist monk and how his whole journey, like basically kind of draft dodged, honestly. He was facing World War II and he was like, maybe
actually,
I
I'm a monk.
will become.
I'm actually a monk.
And he's pretty clear about it. He was like, I was just going to check it out. And they're like, we'll give you one more month to get your affairs in order. And he's like, yeah, monk it is. And his brother went actually and died as a pilot. And he wrote a very beautiful poem for his brother at the end of the book.
Oh, damn.
It's about his like brother's dead body that's just charred up in the middle of some field.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
great. It's a beautiful book though.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He embraced Eastern philosophy
Yeah.
and Buddhism, and he was like the first major religious heavyweight in the West to do that. So that his writings are actually still pretty popular.
Yeah. So either way, that's why I'm in a very light mood. I finished it last
Buoyant.
night.
Thomas Merton has made you buoyant.
It has. He's lifted me above just this absolute terrible society that we're all trapped in.
Well, I'm sure our discussion will bring you back down to earth.
Yeah,
and,
let's talk ditties.
Put you in the seventh circle of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah. So you did a deep dive on the diddler himself.
P. Diddy, yes. You know, it's kind of interesting. I like to stick to facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching people talk about P. Diddy, and some guy says this, and there's just been this rabid speculation. And then I think I've even seen the Illuminati, that he's part of the Illuminati or something like that.
That's Jay-Z.
And yes. And so I decided to take a deep dive into P. Diddy. I got his lawsuits, the 5 lawsuits that were pending against him. I read them. And 2 of those lawsuits were initiated by women who were minors at the time. I mean, he was really into roofing young girls.
Yeah.
And molesting them. And one of the girls that he roofied, he took video of him doing a Bill Cosby on her, and then showed it to a bunch of his friends after. And so he's kind of a nasty piece of work. But all his homes were equipped with hidden cameras.
Yeah. Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, really.
So people are comparing him to Epstein. Now it's going to be interesting because I believe that he's going to take the fall for a lot.
You think he's going
Yeah,
down?
I think he's going to take the fall for a lot of people because there are. I mean, he was
very unlike Diddy though. He let Shine go to
True. Well, actually, that was like almost like a real trial. Yeah. I think this one's going to be very carefully choreographed, and some other, like maybe his sons may go down. I mean, his sons seem to be rapists too. So it's kind of interesting. But where the 2 interconnect, it's kind of, which is what I found out is Damian Williams is the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. And he was the one that covered up the Epstein trial. Mm-hmm. His district oversaw that investigation, and they only called 4 witnesses. And those victims had only been molested by Epstein and Maxwell. They didn't call any witnesses that were molested by any of the power brokers that Epstein was pandering to.
Is this the original trial where they sealed it, or his most recent one?
No, the last one. Actually, Maxwell's trial.
Gotcha.
He was going to prosecute Epstein too, but Epstein, his death kind of precluded that.
True, yeah.
But yes, that trial was totally choreographed, and it was a total fix. I mean, Maxwell should have been indicted on multiple counts of child trafficking. And the procurers should have been indicted. They could have done a RICO with it, where you get the procurers, you indict them on 10 counts of child trafficking. They're looking at 1,000 years, and then they roll over on the big fish. And that did not happen in that case at all. They kept it very tight, and only Maxwell was the one that went down. Now, that guy is the guy, and because it's kind of strange that P. Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were the ones that were searched, but that search warrant emanated from the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams. So he's taking the helm of the P. Diddy
he's in
case.
control of all. Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
So that's why I know that the fix is in with P. Diddy. But this is also interesting. Damian Williams went to Yale Law School on a grant from the Soroses.
What?
And where it gets a little interesting is Peter Soros, their kid, is in Epstein's black book, and he's circled twice. Now, being circled incriminates you because the house manager who ripped off the black book circled all the people that he thought were in cahoots with Epstein, and Peter Soros is circled twice. So that's kind of a conflict of interest, but I don't think that really matters.
So why are the penalties so low? So she got 20 years, right, for trafficking kids?
Yeah.
Because if you look up, you hear about guys musting kids. They get out a lot of times. Like did you see the Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah.
Well, they would get out
guy,
after like
Pickle
6
Boy?
Yeah, Pickle Boy. They would do.
Boy.
How is the
Free
law
my man
set up?
Pickle Boy, dude. Free
right,
my
dude.
man Pickle Boy.
Proof him, dude. Put him under the jail, dude.
Yeah, he's back.
How is it that the penalties are only like 6 years for that versus like you would think like
Dude, we watched Zodiac last night. The alleged Zodiac killer, Lee Allen or whatever.
Yeah.
He got in the middle of being the Zodiac, allegedly.
Yeah.
He got arrested working at a school for molesting children. He went to jail for like 3 years.
Yeah, why is the penalty so low for that?
Got out, went right back to writing Zodiac letters and killing people. Anyway, jerk. Yeah, you get like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have no idea why the law is set up that way. You would think, like, I always say, like, who would you rather live next to, and that should be the law. How long you go to jail for? Pedophiles, 100 years. 100
Well,
years.
I mean, it's
not 4.
It's a 15 to life sentence. So I'm sure that if you're living in a trailer park and you molest a girl, that they'll put you away for life. But it's a little different with the people that run our world, I guess.
Or it's a life sentence to live with your mom. I think that's the life sentence. Life sentence, your mother's basement for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
I would off myself
grounded.
before that happened.
You just get grounded, I guess, if you're a pedophile. But yeah, that's crazy. Maxwell was like, she was famous for it. You'd think they'd make an example out of her for a long time. You were saying she's in a dormitory now?
She's in a dormitory. And the dormitories are generally for people that have done time and been exemplary prisoners and are about to get out. But she's right in a dormatory now.
That's
so
crazy.
And she got how many years?
She got 20 years.
Do you think how many of those do you think she's serving?
Well, in the Fed system, I mean, not that this is going to really count.
Yeah.
In the Fed system, you've got to do 85% of your time. So she should end up doing like 27 years. Or 17 years.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, she kept her mouth shut, and she's got a lot of money that's waiting for her. And I think that was kind of the deal. This is just my opinion. My surmise is they sat Maxwell down. They said, Ghislaine, you've done some really good stuff for us. You've enabled us to blackmail a lot of people. But if you keep your mouth shut, you won't end up like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you're going to have to do some time, but then you're going to have lots of money when you get out.
Yeah, maybe she'll have her own like Target line. She'll have like a home goods Target line. Buy Ghislaine Maxwell.
I was thinking, I don't know if Target would stoop that. Maybe Walmart should have her own Walmart line. I'm a Minnesotan, and Target began in Minnesota.
True,
So
true.
I have kind of a
My bad.
special affinity
Excuse
for. Although you know what's kind of strange is I think Walmart and Target are kind of a jump ball, but as far as like quality and service and things like that. But people in New York actually have Target bags. It's almost chic to have like a Target bag. I've never ever seen a Walmart bag, someone using a Walmart bag in New York.
Yeah, they'll walk around. Usually they're homeless if they're walking around.
Yeah, if you got the Walmart bag, things aren't going well.
Yeah, that's not a Louis Vuitton purse by any means.
Well, actually, I saw a homeless guy in New York a couple of weeks ago. He had like 8 Target bags.
No.
So
he was doing well.
Homeless chic. Yeah.
Well, so the Diddy thing, you think Diddy's go? I wonder. I don't think Diddy thinks he's gonna go down.
Where do you get that?
I just think about it because it's like they were saying like, well, they were like he could just flee the country, but I was like, I don't think he thinks he's gonna.
Somebody just told me that they're like, Matt said he doesn't think he's going down. I was like, is Matt fucking talking to him?
No, I'm just saying like because otherwise you think he would flee, but if he's, I don't know.
I think he is. I think the boys got him.
He invented the remix, dude. You think he's not going down?
Now that's a valid point.
Because otherwise, he has the means to. He's a flight risk. He could take off.
I would think that there's a eye in the sky on P. Diddy.
You think it's like, okay, that makes
I
sense.
think the people that raided his house are
true.
pretty powerful.
True.
I think they got a good location on that guy.
Yeah.
They're like, we know you got blackmail stuff. That's what I heard. I heard they raided the house to get the
blackmail material.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with Epstein, where they drilled his safe and they pulled out hundreds of DVDs.
What?
And I've done freedom of information requests on. I didn't, of course, want the DVDs because who knows, what licentious, nefarious things they're filled with. But I did ask for reports on the DVDs.
I've been having a tough time getting Pornhub down here. I might need the Epstein DVDs.
The box set.
The box set, dude. Get the portable DVD player going in the bathroom.
Well, if I ever get the DVDs, I'll
toss me the good ones. Toss me the good ones.
So
scrub the bad stuff and
get rid of the bad stuff.
It's kind of funny when Epstein died, the Fed said the case was closed.
Yeah.
So then I put in a FOIA for the reports. And then they said the case is ongoing.
Oh, really?
And then I did it again. I don't know, about 3 months ago. And then again, they said the case is ongoing. I mean, the guy's in the ground and rotting, but the case is ongoing. So
trying to see that Stephen Hawking. I'm trying to see.
I want to see Stephen Hawking fucking.
That would have been tough.
Reverse forward. Just
back that thing up, dude.
Maybe
back it up, Terry.
Hawkins might know some stuff about physics that we don't have a clue about.
True.
So, yeah.
True.
You never know.
Sexually, he could get a little wormhole going.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So Diddy, I know who was implicated in Diddy's was Cuba Gooding Jr. got hit pretty hard. Everyone thinks Meek Mill was involved just because he was like, they named basically his circumstances. But what was like the worst one? Because I knew he had the case against Cassie. That you're saying he had the underage people. Then
Well,
there
was
the
Little
producer.
Rod.
Little Rod. That was the most fascinating one.
That was the last one. And Little Rod, I mean, it's kind of interesting because they've done 3 addendums. His attorneys have done 3 addendums to his initial statement. And each one is getting more salacious and nefarious.
Because the first one was pretty bad. That was
the Little Rod with Cuba Gooding?
What's that?
Yes.
Was he the one that Cuba got?
Yeah.
Cuba got him.
More like Cuba batting.
Sure.
If you ask me.
It's kind of interesting on that link that I sent you. It's
Come on, this is all I got.
the link that I sent you. It was Diddy and his kid Justin took a rapper. We only know the guy's name is G, and took him into the bathroom, and then multiple shots rang out, and then the door opened, and G just happened to be bleeding from his abdomen, and Diddy told Jones, don't say I had anything to do with this, and I got to leave and take off. And then Jones was taken out. It was at Diddy's studio. Jones was taken out of the studio, and the cops were called. And I've got a news article that says that G was shot outside the studio. But Jones took pictures of the bathroom.
Of the blood in the bathroom.
And
I saw that.
There's a bunch of blood in the bathroom. Yeah. So I think that shooting people, that's probably against the law too. It's hard. But Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, he was head of security for Michael Jackson. So there's a dude that knows how to keep secrets. And according to Jones, he's a fixer. He's really tied into the LAPD. And what's really interesting with that is, Michael Jackson was getting prescription drugs from all over, and he was using pseudonyms like Josephine Baker, and I think Jack London was one of them. But then Fahim Muhammad's name is right there as far as one of the people that was providing Jackson with drugs, and nothing happened to Muhammad. The doctor had some problems that was prescribing them, but nothing happened to Fahim Muhammad. So, and Jones maintains that he's like a superlative adept fixer, that he's got connections in the LAPD that can make either problems or people go away.
Damn. I think Diddy got too pumped on Empire. I think that might have been what happened. He might have watched Empire too many times. Dude. Freaked out.
Shoot a guy in the stomach in front of your son. Like, this is our Empire.
Well, the son's busted. I heard the son is like for sure getting busted on one of the things.
The last lawsuit is against the son.
Yeah.
And it was Diddy rented a yacht, and some woman said that she had been molested. That the woman, Diddy's implicated because the woman said that Diddy set up a environment where these workers were going to get molested, and this woman
put him on a yacht.
Yeah, put him on a yacht. There's no way to go.
Yeah,
it's the implication.
Damn. Well, Diddy's going down. You heard it first. I didn't know. I was like, maybe they don't have enough solid stuff on him. So just a lot of it is like a lot of hearsay. But yeah, it seems like he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go there.
I think he's getting Epstein.
Kells is out, but Kells Diddy. Damn. Well, think he's gonna get killed?
Yeah, probably, right? If he does,
I don't know. They're gonna probably give him the Ghislaine Maxwell talk. Well, did some bad things, and it all depends upon who he's compromising people for, because there's enough information that his homes had hidden cameras that I actually believe that his homes had hidden cameras. So I just don't think that he was blackmailing people for himself.
Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting is the guy that he started Bad Boy Records with is Clive Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And Clive Davis has an interesting criminal history. He was charged with not paying his taxes in 71, 72, and 73. He was head of CBS Records. And he was busted embezzling $94,000 from CBS Records. And the guy that he was using was a Genovese crime family named Pasquale Falcone. And how they intersected with, this is kind of interesting, how they intersected with Davis is Falcone was smuggling 22 pounds of heroin into the United States. And then they started looking at Falcone, and then they saw that he was doing these illegalities with Clive Davis. And then he also shelled out $250,000 for payola. That's giving kickbacks to radio stations, which is totally illegal. Yeah. But he did all these things, Clive Davis, he did all these things, and he walked. The dude never spent a day in jail.
Oh, then he teamed up with the Diddler. That makes sense.
And then he came out with the Diddler.
The feds said,
yeah, that was the connection.
We need you. We need the Diddler.
Damn.
So you've got it's an interesting alchemy right now with P. Diddy. You've got his head of security, who is a fixer, who knows how to keep secrets about child abuse. You've got Clive Davis, who has been busted on innumerable things and felonies and not spend a day in jail. And then you've got a U.S. attorney that likes to cover up child abuse. So it's a pretty interesting alchemy to see how those things all turn out.
What do you think about Jay-Z? Nothing on him yet at all?
There's a lot of innuendo about this person or that person. Like Diddy says when he was sued by his girlfriend Cassandra, Cassie Ventura. According to Jones, he says, well, I've got enough leverage on Bishop T.D. Jakes to get him to go to bat for me and say I'm a good guy and nice guy. And now Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's got a real estate empire. I mean, he's got a mega church in Dallas, but he's got like a real estate empire. And now one person on Twitter said that he's gay. So then the next thing, everybody in the news
That's
saying,
pretty good, though.
yeah, and he's blackmailing T.D. Jakes because he likes little boys, or whatever. So
one guy calling you gay on Twitter, that might be the straightest guy on earth.
And the person said, well, it's right there on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now here's a guy that's worth millions of dollars, and he just did a deal with Wells Fargo that could be up to $1 billion in housing. So, and he's a preacher, which his being a media mogul and also a real estate baron, it seems a little at odds with preaching. I mean, not when you get to the evangelical side and you're on television, I guess not.
Yeah, mega church mega churches are like basically businesses and stuff where you can, you just get a guy and be like, yo, fund me. I'm going to start 10 more of these things.
I got to meet Jim and Tammy Baker once. Not really the highlight of my life, but it was interesting. A friend of mine was an Herbalife distributor, and the feds busted him.
What? For what?
Dispensing Herbalife, marijuana.
Oh, he wasn't actually Herbalife, yeah.
This is before, I used to call it Herbalife. Now, but that reference is kind of lost.
He used to dispense Herbalife.
There was actually something called Herbalife.
I benefited financially.
There was actually something called Herbalife, but you guys are too young to know about that. When you get old and crusty like me, there's a lot of references.
I remember Herbalife. The guys, there was this couple that would stand in the back of the church, and they had pins that said "Lose weight now, ask me how." And they would stand in the back of the church.
Catholic church? Yeah. Get them out of there. They're selling their wares.
I know. I almost if they had tables, I would flip the tables. But yeah, it was this couple, and they had the guy with like a skinny guy with a mustache and the lady with 80s hair, and they were just standing in the back, and they looked great. I'll be honest. They were both good. Looking pretty slender.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine,
Instagram. You had to just go stand in public and go,
lose weight.
I know secrets. There's secret drugs you can take. Everything will be better.
It was just a veteran, probably. Yeah.
Try crystal meth.
Yeah.
And Herbalife together, you will lose weight. So I was visiting a buddy of mine in the federal prison in Rochester, Minnesota, which is kind of like a club fed. A lot of mafia guys end up there, and when you visit someone, at least in this prison, they put you in a little group and then they escort you across this courtyard. And I was in the same group as Tammy Faye. And she looked like, she does when she's live, she looks like maybe an Avon train wreck or something like that. I mean, she's definitely putting on her makeup with a trowel.
Yeah.
And I wondered why Jim Baker got, he was originally like 100 years or something. I mean, it was appealed and got knocked down, and she got nothing. But when I met them both, so I was talking to my buddy, and
what they did, they were like a mega, what do they do?
Well, they had a mega church. And
they got arrested?
Well, he got arrested for embezzling and all kinds of other things. Right. And he was building like a born again. Damn. Yeah, there we go. There's
like a secretary from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's exactly that. That's crazy. Cleveland rocks.
So I was visiting my buddy, and then she came and sat next to Jim, and I was sitting next to my buddy, and he had this sinister grin on his face. I mean, there was something kind of malignant about him. And what I felt about Tammy was, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to go up to like this desk, and they'd give you a key, and then, and I watched her go up to this desk, and the only thing I could think of, and I'm not trying to be disparaging here,
sure.
But the only thing I could think of is she's really a fucked up person. I mean, that's really what I
it's
felt.
honest.
I mean, and he's sinister. And now he's got his own evangelical show again.
Oh, he got out, and now
back.
he's back
Yeah.
to the same thing. So what was her deal, though? Was she there just to visit him?
To
Was it
visit
like
him,
a-
yeah.
She
And
had
she
to dump out.
ultimately,
Bring it
Herbalife.
up. Yeah.
Just dumped out some Herbalife.
Did they get conjugals? Did he get conjugals in there? Maybe he was smiling. 'cause he was about to get
conjugals
some
gotten.
pussy.
I don't think there's any more conjugals left.
They don't do
at
that
this
anymore?
point. Not that I'm aware of. I
That's
mean,
too
of course,
bad.
prisoners have their own conjugal thing,
True.
but
True that.
of a certain stripe. But well, so Jim Baker's got his own show now, and you would think with all that scandal, and I was also told that Jim. I probably shouldn't say this because it is derogatory and defaming, but I was told that Jim spent a lot of time on his knees when he was in prison.
Really?
Praying.
Yeah.
Damn, who told you that?
Some people that were that did time with him.
Damn.
So
Probably, I mean, his enthusiasm was probably great.
True.
so now that I know these,
got to take it out. Come out of this.
so now that I know these
demon
things
out of
about
this
Jim,
Just anointing himself with the chrism, dude.
Running around after he gets the facial.
That is insane. I mean, again, I know what you're saying. You don't want to implicate yourself in any kind of negative smearing, but as just a joke, it's very funny for a mega church pastor to just be pulling it out of guys in prison.
Say your name, demon.
Be out.
Be gone from this man. Oh, Lord. Oh.
mega church pastors get into a lot of those problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all freaks.
Yeah, it's and I feel sorry for the people that believe in them and then ultimately end up giving them tons of money. And
Yeah.
there was an article. It was either Time or Newsweek did an article because Jim Baker would go out with all these prostitutes, and then he would have them do stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, and there was one prostitute that said, you know, I've got 2 kids, and I wouldn't let them near that guy. So, and here he is preaching to millions of people every Sunday.
Really? She was like, he was too,
I guess he's got some aberrations.
some requests.
Time magazine and or Newsweek, I can't remember which one, really didn't delineate on those aberrations, but I think that we can, from the anecdote that I've told you about is stay in prison, I think we can maybe extrapolate.
True.
Well.
Yeah. Probably some.
All right, so final thoughts on the diddler?
I think he's going to go down. But here's the thing. Diddy just didn't have musician friends, but he was plugged into politics, not quite like Epstein.
Vote or
but,
die.
But
Oh,
he-
yeah, I forgot about
Yeah, he was old. He was, yeah.
Yeah, true.
and he also had a lot of sports people too. So going to his, well, he had regular parties and then he had what he called freak off parties.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if any other people are going to go down. And the feds can be very persuasive. I mean, they can say, Diddy, you made a lot of money. I mean, we can take it all.
Yeah, true.
And put you away for 1 million years, and then, or else you can go gently into that good night, and you can keep your money, and we won't arrest half your family.
Damn.
I wrote a book called Confessions of a DC Madam, and it was about a guy who ran a gay escort service in Washington, D.C., and there was a CIA asset that would use his escorts to frame closeted guys. It was a blackmail operation. And now here's the guy, he was a mortician.
That
And
sucks. Just being a guy fucking a gay prostitute and then be like, gotcha. And be like, fuck. We filmed you.
That would for real.
So with Henry, he was a mortician, but he was raised in the southern corner of West Virginia, where people, preach with snakes and things like that. And so Henry moved to DC, and he'd been closeted this whole time. And then through a weird set of circumstances, he bought an gay escort service. and from a guy that was dying. And Henry is really brilliant as far as a marketer. So what he did is he opened up the Yellow Pages and he started calling all the escort services, which are generally fly-by-night operations. And if the phone was disconnected, he'd call up the telephone companies and he'd say, I'll pay for the arrears. So he ended up with like half the escorts in the DC Yellow Pages.
True arrears.
True, yeah.
Rear enders. Butt sex.
So his dying friend was like, "Yo, I'll sell you. I'll get a fire
it was
sale
actually
on a stable full
it
of
was someone
gay
he
men."
met who was like a gay version of the Chippendales. Introduced him to this guy. So, and he just and there was a guy. Okay, so with Henry. Now, here's a guy that was running a gay escort service. I mean, all he was doing is running a gay escort service.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he was gay too. You said he was gay in the closet, and then he bought.
He's an innocuous guy. He's a very gentle guy, very quiet, unassuming. I mean,
Gay.
yeah, you would never know that. If you just met him, you'd never know the kind of history he had. So he was indicted on 46 RICO counts.
Damn.
So he was looking at 395 years in prison. And this is what the feds said to him. Henry, we've used your escorts to compromise a lot of guys. And, you know, we appreciate that. And we're going to make a deal with you. We can put you away for 295 years with all these RICO indictments.
Yeah. And that's in gay years or regular guy years? That's like 20 in regulars straight.
So they said, Henry, we'll give you a consolation prize. You keep your mouth shut and we'll only put you away for 5 years.
Whoa.
So he took the deal. But he was totally sold down the river by his attorney, who was Greta Van Susteren. I mean, what she did to him was pretty egregious.
What'd she do?
She basically sold him out to the government. Anything that the government wanted to do,
It sucks.
she allowed them to do. And she's a Scientologist. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but she got Henry to go to like Scientology boot camp and get cleared. He actually, if
got clear?
Once you're cleared, you get a blue cake, and then Henry actually got a blue cake. But then he had to go back and get sentenced, and
he got clear before he went to jail.
yeah, he had some time.
Got blue caked.
He had some time to get cleared before he went to prison.
That's cool.
But that's what happened with him, is that he was made that deal, and I can see Diddy being made that deal.
Gotcha. That makes sense. He's gonna, the power brokers will.
Yeah.
I mean, how about people just stop being sexually impious, and we wouldn't have these problems.
Speak for yourself.
I think in this day and age, that's kind of
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, well, I feel like now they can just grab the web history off people. They can just snag your Pornhubs and be like, yo.
I'm really glad that I was a wild kid in my youth. And I'm really glad that smartphones weren't around in my youth. And YouTube wasn't around, or else I don't know if I'd be able to be a journalist, a respected journalist today. I mean, not that I'm that respected, but I'm somewhat respected.
You're on this podcast, so it's pretty good.
True. Yeah, no,
This is
being
where all
plugged
the respected journalists go.
being plugged into phone porn from 12 is like pretty wild.
Yeah, I've been reading about that. It severely messes kids up. That
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, Gardini's young.
Yeah, Gardini's
He's
victim.
an absolute deviant.
But then the thing about Pornhub is they've been busted like nearly 120 times with minors. I mean, you would think that they'd get shut down after 10 or 20 or 30 or something.
Putting out vids of minors, basically. Or just like child labor laws, like having like data entry.
And actually, there's been some girls that were minors that have sued Pornhub.
From their stuff being out. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Everyone has to upload their ID, dude. That's what they do in Texas now. You have to upload your driver's license.
Yeah, I read about that.
I like that.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily a bad idea.
Obviously, probably a good thing, but
Yeah, it's fair.
it's dampening my jacks. It's put a real damper on my jacks. You just go on and you're immediately reminded of child sex. You're like, oh.
Yeah, true. You go. What do they say?
I
Like,
jack off to that. I don't need thumbnams anymore. I jack off to the governor's warning. I go, oh my God, this is bad.
there's so much porn behind this.
That's innovative.
Yeah,
Or you just end up jacking off to your own license. Like, fuck it.
this is a crazy photo. It doesn't even look like me.
You know, the thing about it is, I'm sure you've got narcissists out there that do that.
I mean, yeah, especially to your license photo. That'd be crazy.
All right, I think
that's supreme confidence.
We need to make the move, dude. We need to discuss the truth about Watergate.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on here?
The Truth About Watergate, that's my last book. Everything that you know about Watergate, the vast majority of it is a lie.
So Forrest Gump didn't break it up?
He played only a minor role in Watergate. It's interesting. What happened with Watergate, and there's been some really great books written about Watergate, but they're tomes, and they're very, very complex. And it's hard. I mean, you have to kind of study them. So my goal was to be the unified field theory of Watergate revisionist books. And what happened with Nixon is Nixon decided to do strategic arm limitation talks with the Soviets. And he also started to open up China for diplomacy, rapprochement. And he was doing this behind the backs of the CIA, the Department of Defense, and actually the State Department. And on his first or second day, Nixon didn't like the CIA, and because he felt that the CIA had sabotaged him with when he ran against JFK in 1960. So Nixon, it was, I think, National Security Memorandum 2 was some kind of innocuous document that he issued his first or second day, where he said that the CIA, the Department of Defense, and the State Department will have no input whatsoever in any of my geopolitical moves. Basically, he was telling those three bodies just to go to hell, and he was going to do his own thing. And then he started making contact with the Russians, and then he started making contact with the Chinese. He'd been a Cold Warrior, and he saw that that wasn't working. He saw that containment wasn't working. And he just saw that we were spending all this money, and he just realized it wasn't, it just wasn't prudent. It would never work. So he started to do this, and then the Joint Chiefs of Staff actually had an espionage ring against Nixon. It's called the Moore-Radford affair. Thomas Moore was head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was an admiral, and they used Moore and they used Radford, who was a yeoman. That was the link between, because he was using the National Security Council. Nixon was to do all these moves, and Radford was the liaison between the Joint Chiefs and the National Security Staff. So Radford was stealing all these documents. And Alexander Haig was in on it too. And actually Haig plays a role in the demise of Nixon. So Haig was enabling Radford to steal all these documents.
Who's Haig?
Alexander Haig is, he's a general. He was the Joint Chiefs of, he was Nixon's chief of staff. And then he was ultimately the overall leader of NATO.
Oh, I would love to steal.
And he's from Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia.
Damn.
Go Birds.
So the Joint Chiefs started this espionage ring against Nixon, but the Nixon administration outed the espionage ring.
Oh, they found out.
Yeah. So then the CIA started to infiltrate the Nixon administration. Kind of like Scarface at the end of the movie, where, he's double-crossed the Bolivian drug dealer and all those assassins, are coming. Okay, so that's what the CIA did to the Nixon administration. I mean, they just started inundating the Nixon administration from all different types of angles. And what's interesting about Watergate, it's a conspiracy within a conspiracy. Because McCord and Hunt, who are the two guys that were busted in Watergate, their goal was to take down Nixon.
they wanted to take down Nixon. And but there were two agendas at work. And this is actually my third book on sexual political blackmail, because at the heart of Watergate is a CIA sexual honey trap. And what's really interesting, so the burglars broke into Watergate, and there was a secretary from the Democratic National Committee named Maxie Wells. She kept photos of prostitutes in her desk under lock and key. And if you were a Democratic VIP, you would go there and take a look, and then these girls would be at the Columbia Plaza, which was a high-class apartment building. And the CIA had had video or film or whatever.
So you just walk into this lady's office and she'd be like, check out these ladies.
I mean, I'm sure that there was some kind of secret handshake or code or something like that.
Gotcha.
Probably like, hey, I'd like a hooker. Is there one around? So
do you think these girls are pretty?
So John, the woman that ran that escort
I hear the
service.
cherry blossoms are beautiful this time of year. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, Senator.
I don't know if there was a lot of cherries at that.
Oh, yeah.
But
The cherries are gone.
I think cherries have been gone a long time. But so John Dean's wife, Maureen Dean, was good friends of Heidi Reichen, who ran that escort service, that CIA compromise escort. And actually, G. Gordon Liddy said that she was part of that escort service. And he was sued, but he managed to win it. The first was a hung jury, but then he won the second trial. But anyway, so one of the burglars, Eugenio Martinez, had a key to the desk where the pictures were taken.
Oh, no.
Where the pictures were kept. And when they got busted, their photograph equipment was on her desk. So, but then there was another, so that was the first conspiracy, and that was initiated by...
I'm sorry, when he used the key, did he get rid of those pictures and they were never
No,
found?
no.
what was he doing?
He got busted before he could even get into the desk.
Okay.
I mean, they were on them really quickly. And he tried to get rid of the key. He got the shit kicked out of him twice by Carl Schaffler. Who was
Fucking Schaffler.
Carl Schaffler was the cop that was notified that the Watergate break-in was going down.
Why was he trying to take the pictures of the naked ladies?
I think that they wanted to take as many
Compromise
pictures
Democrats, or-
pictures of whatever documentation, women, anything that they possibly could.
And this was a CIA guy stealing the ladies?
Okay, so
Yeah, let's
I'm confused.
hold on.
The lady's name was, what was the wife's name again?
Maureen Dean, John
Maureen
Dean's
Dean.
wife.
Gotcha.
Who's John Dean?
Okay, so John Dean was counsel to the president,
Okay.
and he was the guy that supposedly saw that that the Nixon administration was awash in moral turpitude and corruption.
Gotcha.
And he's the guy, he had a book called, it's actually a great piece of fiction. It's called Blind Ambition. And he was the guy that turned on Nixon in the Nixon administration. And then ultimately it was Nixon's word against Dean's word. But there's quotes or there's tapes of Nixon talking about Dean and Dean lying. I mean, Dean, he's a snaky guy. Mm-hmm. And Maureen Dean was very, very attractive. And John Dean, well, but she was good friends with Heidi Reichen. And what's really interesting is a number of people have thought that she was working as a prostitute for Heidi Reichen, or working with Heidi Reichen, running her prostitute gig. And now, John Dean's book was Blind Ambition, and Maureen Dean was Watergate, A Woman's Journey. And they both say that they met in L.A., that Maureen Dean was living in L.A. when they met. And then they had a torrid romance, and then Maureen Dean flew to Washington, and then that was it. She moved in with John Dean. Mm-hmm. But I found an article in the Washington Post where it's talking about her working for the government before that. So either they're lying in their books or the Washington Post is lying, because it's out of the, if you take that chronology in the Washington Post, it's because people have said Maureen Dean was a hooker, but it never made any sense to me, because she flew back to Washington, D.C. and she lived with John Dean. She didn't need to be a hooker to make money. But according to the Washington Post, she was already in Washington, D.C. when she met John Dean. So with that timeline, it's definitely feasible that she could have been a hooker with Heidi Reichen. And plus, her and Heidi Reichen were very good friends. That's pretty much proven.
Gotcha. So what did they actually nail him for? So you're saying that Nixon, if I'm right or wrong, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's like Nixon's people had this prostitution thing going on, and they tried to expose that, and then he caught them trying to do that.
Okay, so what happened was Nixon didn't know anything.
He didn't know it was okay.
He didn't know anything about any
That's
of
kind
this.
of my question.
And actually, the top people in the Nixon administration didn't know about Watergate. They knew nothing about Watergate. And it was Jeb Magruder, who was the acting chairman of the committee to reelect the president. And it was John Dean that sent them in there to the Watergate.
And they were, the story I was always, they were just in there to steal what, Democrat like political plans?
Well, dirt.
They were just in there to get dirt on the
dirt. The second
Democrats.
time, the first time, actually there were two break-ins. The first time was dirt, or the first time was, any kind of documentation, but the second time was definitely dirt.
Okay.
I mean, that's why they had the key to Maxie Wells' death.
Yes. But if they were in there to get dirt, I thought they were against Nixon.
Well,
a lot of those guys.
No, they were CIA guys.
Yeah.
All those guys were CIA except for G. Gordon Liddy, the crazy one, but they were all CIA. So the overt plan to get it for them was to get dirt. The plan that Magruder and Dean told them to do was to get dirt. Now, there was a second agenda going on there. Those CIA guys, McCord and Hunt, had infiltrated the Nixon administration, like those assassins in Scarface. And their goal was to get Nixon out of office. And they had the opportunity, because that whole thing was a setup. McCord really hated Nixon, and Hunt didn't like him at all. And just to make sure, they're
going to steal him out of the office.
What's that?
So they're going to kidnap him, steal him out of the office. So how are they going to do it though? Are they just going to like plant something, or just like look for bad stuff?
Or just intentionally get caught?
They were just going to see how it went out. But then there's the media side of it too, which I can get into a little bit later. But with the CIA guys, they wanted the burglars were Cubans that had worked with the CIA before. But Hunt and McCord were actual agents.
Gotcha.
Now, they were ostensibly retired, but they weren't. In the book, I show that they're still working with the CIA. So the goal of Dean and Magruder was to get dirt on the Democrats. And some people have speculated that Dean wanted those pictures because his wife was in those pictures. I don't know, but that's what people have speculated. But the CIA guys, that was not their goal. Their goal was to incriminate Nixon. And so at the Watergate, the Democratic National Committee was on the 6th floor. And on the 8th floor was the Federal Reserve Committee, or whatever it was, Federal Reserve. And now someone had broken into the Federal Reserve about a month before the first Watergate burglary. And the McCord really tried hard to get busted. So at about midnight, 6 guys in suits signed into the Watergate at midnight and went up to the 8th floor, signed in for the Federal Reserve. But the security guard was like, I think he probably had the IQ of an avocado. He couldn't figure that out at all. So the second time they went in, there was a guy named Baldwin, and he called the DC police, and Carl Schaffler was a DC policeman, but he'd also worked for intelligence, probably a little bit of both. And he was a block and a half away. And then when the call came in, they went right to the Watergate, and then they got busted. And Nixon, so those were the two. It was a conspiracy within a conspiracy. The overt conspiracy was to get dirt, and then the CIA's conspiracy, the covert conspiracy, was to get Nixon.
And you're saying Nixon didn't even know about the
get
dirt plan?
Didn't have a clue. None of those guys did. And that's what they were calling each other. And they go, who sent these guys in? Because Nixon was way ahead of McGovern. I mean, he walloped McGovern. It was going to be probably the biggest landslide up to that point. Reagan's
up till 2024.
True. Why did he get in trouble for people breaking in, though? I don't understand.
What's that?
Why was he? So he got in trouble.
So where Nixon,
Watergate was just they sent people into the Democratic committee to steal shit. That's what he got impeached for. He got
blamed for that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was the how it was portrayed.
Okay. That makes sense.
So and that's what Nixon left office for. Hit the fucking
but what happened? What he left office for was obstruction of justice. Because Nixon, I mean, you listen to the tapes of these guys, and they're going like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. I mean, who ordered those guys to break in? Now, Magruder and Dean, who ordered them to break in, kept quiet. So those guys had no idea.
Damn, so there was just like 9 burglars in the building, and everyone was
Spider-Man out.
But Nixon, his natural instinct was to cover it up. I mean, he didn't know why anybody broke into the office, or he didn't know some of the other crazy stuff that these guys had done. Yeah. But it was just his political instinct to cover it up. Gotcha. And that's where he got busted. Is he tried to use the CIA, and the CIA double-crossed him. He tried to use the CIA because the FBI launched this investigation, and they found leads to the Nixon administration because of Hunt and McCord. And he tried to get the CIA to play their national security guard to stop the FBI. Now, Richard Helm was head of the CIA at that point, and him and Nixon hated each other. When there would be a cabinet briefing or a National Security Council briefing, Helms was allowed to brief the cabinet members or the National Security Council, but then after that, he had to leave. Nixon had overt, they really hated each other. Now, Richard Helms said, "No, we're not going to cover it up." But then Nixon said something about the Kennedy assassination. And actually there's tapes where Nixon is grilling Helms. Who shot John? Who shot John? And so Nixon leveraged them with the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, wow.
And then Helms said, okay, we'll do it. But he didn't. So, and actually the CIA provided more incriminating evidence against Nixon. But Nixon didn't know any of this stuff. All these machinations were just going on below the surface.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had no idea. I thought he got like in trouble for like stealing stuff. I didn't know what happened. I thought he actually just stole stuff and got busted and was like, my bad.
I'm not a crook, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a crook.
The thing is, if Dean and Magruder hadn't ordered those break-ins, then Nixon would have.
That's what was tied to his, to get those
Been,
pictures
and
of their wives, their hot wives.
Yeah.
Their hot wife, and they got busted. We gotta get those naked pictures of our hot prostitute wives out of there. Shit's about to go down. Yeah.
Well, at least they were adults. I mean, I got to give them that much. Yeah. They were adults.
True.
I mean,
true.
By today's standards,
by today's standards,
Yeah, that was actually very nice of them. Very chivalrous.
So they wanted Nixon out because he was trying to chill out on the Cold War.
Well, he was befriending the communists.
Yeah.
And the Hawks and the CIA and the Department of Defense hated the communists.
Nixon's always portrayed in like modern, every movie he's in, he's like a war hawk. Like,
Yeah.
He's always like, we need to nuke them now.
Yeah. Well,
Meanwhile, he was trying to de-escalate.
yes, big time. And he even told the Soviets that he was willing to relinquish Vietnam.
Didn't it end under his administration?
Yeah, Vietnam War?
Yeah.
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 I mean, he bombed the shit out of the Vietnamese before he did
He
that.
gave that a shot.
But Nixon is kind of split personality. So he really worked hard to do a arms deal with the Soviets because he saw the nuclear escalation. And actually, he cut the fence by 64% in his administration. And he did some positive, like OSHA, and he wanted to give health care for everybody, all Americans. He enacted some, the Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, that was also a Nixon initiative. He did do some good things. Now we just look at him as evil incarnate. But but it was, so what was really interesting about this is Woodward and Bernstein were essentially the guys that the two reporters that brought him down. And they're the most pathological liars of probably anybody in the entire Watergate saga. It's really interesting. And Ben Bradley was the editor of the Washington Post, and he was a CIA guy too. So, and Woodward was also a CIA guy. Bernstein just wanted money for nothing and chicks for free. I mean, he blew all his money on prostitutes and coke. And he had a tough time after that. But
Bernstein.
And so what's fascinating, I mean, people think that those two are like the Mount Rushmore of journalism. And I mean, what's amazing about them is they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. I mean, a lot of time they need to lie, and I understand that, but they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. It's kind of amazing.
What were some of their most like egregious lies?
Deep Throat. Okay, Deep Throat was the guy that gave Woodward all the dirt on Nixon to take him down. Mm-hmm. Now,
why did he call himself Deep Throat, by the way?
What's that?
Why did he call
That
himself
was
Deep
back
Throat?
before it was really fucking. It really was. I remember even as a kid being like, "Why do they call him Deep Throat?" I don't like that. Didn't they make a porn like right away? That like popularized.
Did it really?
That being like that's
that's
sexual.
Deep Throat.
Yeah.
There was a very popular porn movie called Deep Throat, and that's what Woodward.
Oh, he just named himself after it. That's pretty sick.
Oh, he named himself after it.
Well, he named his source Deep Throat.
Oh, okay.
Was the porn out before he named it Deep Throat?
The porn was out, and then there was a Supreme Court battle over it, and then it was back in.
Damn.
By the time.
My political name would have to be Thick Latina Mommies.
The source, Thick Latina Mommy, is here. He's here to give us all his secrets.
Amateur Latino Mommies.
Stepmom Stuck is here.
Yes, the dossier. So he
Girlfriend
named himself.
Girlfriend Experience is here.
He named himself after a porn. That's crazy.
All right,
No, he didn't. Woodward named him.
He named him after his favorite porn.
Fucking sick ass.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. If I was Deep Throat, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Because he was briefing other agents. They're like, my source, Deep Throat. Like, all right, dude.
Yeah, Deep Throat hid his identity, right? So
Totally hid his identity.
You can't be like, dude, stop calling me Deep Throat. You just have to be like, fuck, I'm Deep Throat now.
But if you briefed all the other guys, you'd be like, well, Deep Throat. They'd be reading the thing like, dude, can you stop calling him Deep Throat, please? Mr. Blue is fine.
Yeah, Mr. Blue works.
But they rolled out a guy named Mark Felt who was severely impaired by Alzheimer's and said this was Deep Throat.
Yes.
And actually, I think Deep Throat was a composite. I think that Woodward was getting. I mean, Woodward's tapped into intelligence. He was naval intelligence.
Okay, so I'm sorry, for everybody that's not familiar with Watergate, Deep Throat was Woodward's inside source on all the stuff that broke to the Washington Post.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Woodward said that he had this elaborate system that he'd contact Deep Throat, that he would move this flower pot on his balcony. Okay, so his apartment faced a courtyard. So Deep Throat couldn't have just driven by
Yeah.
and seen the balcony. He would have to go behind the parking lot. And here's where it really gets problematic. If Mark Felt was fired 6 months before the most incriminating stuff on Nixon came out, the tapes. And so he, according to Woodward's, I mean, no one said this, but he was driving in from Virginia every day, going behind Woodward's building and looking up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's total bullshit. I mean, it's,
Yeah, and there was never, and they never even found the identity of. So that seems kind of weird to me, to be a journalist and be like, I have a secret source,
yeah,
and then write it as fact.
yes.
That seems outrageous. You can literally make anything up and say,
Yeah,
I have a
true.
secret source.
And especially, I mean, with all the lies that I catch them in. And then it's kind of interesting if Deep Throat ostensibly wanted to contact Woodward, he would take the New York Times and then he'd put the time, a clock on whatever page, and then the paper would be delivered to Woodward. But the problem is, all the New York Times that went to that particular apartment building were just put in a pile.
Yeah.
they weren't. They weren't put in front of Woodward's door. So the whole thing about Woodward is, and what happened was, as Watergate started taking a toll on the Nixon administration, he had to start firing people. He fired his chief of staff, Haldeman. He fired his domestic czar, John Ehrlichman. He had to fire his attorney general, Richard Kleindienst. And Alexander Haig was such a great shapeshifter. He had been in that administration because he'd worked for Nixon, or worked for Kissinger at the National Security Council. And Nixon really liked him. Haig hated Nixon, but Haig was a really cunning sociopath. So he became Nixon's chief of staff, which was the biggest mistake that Haldeman ever made, H.R. Haldeman. When he got fired, he said, well, try Alexander Haig. And it was Alexander Haig that provided the really incriminating stuff.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. Woodward and Haig lied. They said they hadn't met each other until 1973. And Woodward was debriefing Haig in the 1960s when Woodward was with Naval Intelligence. So that...
Woodward was naval intelligence
Yeah.
before he became a journalist?
Yeah. And here's what...
Free Nixon, bro.
Yeah, true.
So what's interesting is, and I'll tell you just how crazy the Woodward story is. So Woodward, he graduates from Yale, and he's accepted to Harvard Law School. And then he ostensibly goes to the Washington Post after he's been accepted to Harvard Law School and says, I'd really like to be a reporter. I tell you what, I'm gonna, how about if I write for you guys for 2 weeks? And then if you don't like it, you don't even have to pay me. And if you don't like it, then I'll leave. So that was the deal that was ostensibly made with the Washington Post. And then they put him, ultimately he ended up in the AAA system of the Washington Post in a weekly in Maryland. And he drove a Carmen Ghia. He lived in a very nice apartment. There's no way that he could, and I demonstrate this in the book, there's no way that he could have paid. Woodward was definitely a spy at that point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no way he was making that
And
money.
then the Washington Post brought him back. And then 9 months later, he and Bernstein broke open Watergate.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
They tell all kinds of other lies, but Deep Throat is definitely the biggest lie that they tell.
Do you think the stuff happening to Trump now might be some sort of interference operation or what?
I don't know.
You said it, brother. I was waiting to ask, and I was like, I don't know.
I was curious. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't. It's really hard to know with Trump. I don't see how that guy cannot be compromised myself. I mean,
but it does have the thing that reminds me of it is like the hallmarks of like JFK and Nixon, where it's like, let's de-escalate with Russia, let's de-escalate with North Korea and China. Like, why are we You know what I mean? It seems to be that.
You know, I'm willing to keep my mind open on that.
Yeah.
His tax bill was probably the biggest redistribution of wealth that we've ever experienced in the United States in a short period of time. So he did help the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. He's also circled in Epstein's black book.
Yeah.
Right. Which is pretty incriminating. And he denied being with Epstein, but an Epstein victim has come forward and said that she'd talked to another Epstein victim. They were adults, but that Trump had been kind of hard on the one victim. So
hard on how so?
Just a little rough.
Sexually rough.
Yeah.
I knew it was a dynamo in the sack.
I mean, we're not talking leather and S&M type stuff.
Yeah. You just put a hurting on a lady at Epstein's Island. Yeah, I would say, if you're on the, he was pretty good pals.
They were really good pals. And it's tough to know. He said that he heard that Epstein.
I heard he broke it off after the first one when Epstein got arrested in Florida.
Well, he ostensibly broke it off before then.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Donald Trump has problems with veracity, so it's difficult to know.
Has there been any connections of him and Epstein after that? Like when he said they were done being friends?
He took Epstein's plane.
After that?
Yeah, after that. And he was also visited Epstein's house. A deposition from Epstein's brother, Mark, talks about that.
Damn.
So he did lie. Trump did lie about that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. With Gates, and Gates revisited him too, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing with Bill Gates.
Yes.
The media cover story on him is that they met in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
The Evening Standard did an article on Epstein in 2001. And according to that article, Gates and Epstein were doing business in the 90s.
Damn.
So there's a lot that's been covered up about Epstein. And there's guys like me that really want to get at the truth, but the government and the media are just fond of kicking out salacious details. And it's really hard to get to the truth because there's been so many lies. But when I think about Trump being prosecuted or persecuted, you know, I do think about Nixon being persecuted. I believe, you know, here's the thing with Nixon. He wanted to de-escalate the arms race. He wanted to open up China so he could use China against Russia. I mean, that was his thing, and it was working for sure. But then he backed Pinochet, who was a genocidal dictator. He jacked Suharto, who was a genocidal dictator, and then Pol Pot. The Chinese were down with Pol Pot, and he wanted to appease the Chinese, so he tacitly backed Pol Pot.
But was that CIA doing that, or that was him?
That was Nixon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the CIA ultimately did things that enabled it.
They got it done. Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
with Nixon, it's not. The media has sold Nixon as good versus evil, but it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
And the media has also said that it was the left that toppled Nixon when it was actually the right that really had the means, motive, and opportunity initially. I mean, eventually the left got involved, but after the right had inflicted a tremendous amount of damage on him.
Dang. Yeah, I had no idea. I never really asked. I didn't know much about Watergate. I thought he just got caught doing something kind of bad. And
everything that, like I said when we started, everything that you know about Watergate is a lie.
Damn.
Just about everything.
Shit.
Let's take a pee break.
Yeah, I do have to pee really badly.
Quick break.
Quick break, yes.
It can be easy. Hey. I'm joshing. Eat your chicken, dude. It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you? How do you recharge? maybe you thrive around people, or maybe you need some more time alone. Therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery. Personal endorsement. Golly.
Yeah, man. You got to fucking figure all these questions
You
out.
got to answer these questions. Otherwise, you're going to spread yourself.
Yep.
Last thing you want is to be spread. You don't want to be spread, dude. You ever been spread?
Yeah, you be careful. No, thank God I wouldn't.
Right now, I've been spread. Thankfully,
spread?
I've been home lately, but I was
Sure, yeah,
spread.
you
I
get
was
spread out, yeah.
gaping in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, true. I'll spread myself out a lot of times, family, and then I'll just.
Spread yourself in front of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Thanksgiving, you come there, you spread in front of everyone.
I'm like a turkey on the table.
You can just lay down, put an apple in your mouth, and just spread. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient and flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief. It's so funny thinking of them getting this ad reads. Brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. And you know that's something me and Matt love the most about BetterHelp.
True.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. And that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Think about your dad coming down at Thanksgiving and fucking spreading himself.
I just like to switch up. They're like, you're narcissistic bipolar. I go, next. Try again.
Nope, wrong.
I demand another. All right, here we go. Ever experienced the agony of harsh smoke, throat burning, or coughing attacks when smoking cannabis? The struggle is real, but the solution is chili. That's right. I'm talking about the smoothest way to light up, and that's with Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, and bongs that are 80% colder than using ice cubes to chill smoke. The magic is in freezable glycerin. The magic is freezable glycerin chambers that come on every piece. Simply, pause.
Is that what?
Simply pop the chamber in the freezer for 1 hour, and as smoke passes through, it's instantly chilled by over 300 degrees. So every puff arrives ice cold and cough free. Yeah, I mean, dude, we can joke around all we want. Those things cool down smoke. You can't deny it. It is what it is. Those are just the facts. American owned and with over 100,000 happy customers, Freeze Pipe uses the thickest glass and market-leading glycerin chambers for a smoother experience you have to feel to believe. Ditch harsh smoke forever by visiting thefreezepipe.com and use code DRENCHED for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code DRENCHED for 10% off. Shop today for free shipping and smoke like royalty without paying a king's ransom.
Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. It's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free. You can choose your preferred form, pouches, breakers, or gum, and you can choose your strength from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams. 12's a lot. And I'll tell you what, I know some hockey players that would like that.
Oh, yeah.
Flavors include mint, apple ice. That's the hockey player's favorite.
True.
Espresso, mango, and more. Save yourself from the weekly gas station stop and sign up for a monthly subscription, which saves you 15%, no commitment, cancel anytime. Avoiding the gas station stop is very nice.
Yeah, man.
That's big for Lucy.
Yeah, I might get in a fight.
Personal endorsement, I go to the gas station sometimes for my gas station fix. I don't like it. That's why I switched to Lucy, and I like Lucy.
Yep. You don't have to talk to any ruffians that might be hanging out there.
The ruffians there, yes.
Careful.
The product that sets Lucy apart is Lucy Breakers. It's nicotine pouches, but with a tiny capsule inside. That capsule contains a liquid flavor that saturates the pouch before it's even in use. Oh, fucking saturate some lady's pouch. Break it in with your teeth and boom, instant nicotine release when you need it. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drenched and use promo code DRENCHED to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Lucy.co and use code DRENCHED to get 20% off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Shit. Oh, please. Also, this week I'll be in Las Vegas. Please come. Wise Guys, Las Vegas. Go to mattmccusker.com for tickets. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other shows. Please come. Bye. Yep.
Just don't even ask. Stick your fucking beak in the camera.
Sorry. That'll be quick. Me, Lemaire, and Nate's show is on May 7th at the Creek in the Cave. If you're in Austin, Texas, please come.
Those have been really fun shows.
Yeah, they
they've
are.
been great. The
And
next
now
one's-
Nate's with you guys.
Nate's with us. It's a 3-man team now.
You guys are,
Pause.
Resume.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't ever backtalk Matt
sorry,
like that
sorry,
again.
Matt. Sorry. And
No,
please
it's
come
fine.
to Raleigh. Good Nights in Raleigh on June 6th. Thank
Oh,
you.
God. Now we got a big shot touring comic.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wish. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, before we get into the Watergate stuff,
Yeah, we'll do this as like a precursor almost. Almost. There you go. Yeah, we'll do it as a precursor.
yeah, because a lot of the people listening to this are young men that just young men that have never really heard of Watergate or have just a brief summary of some names and what the overall scandal, or at least is portrayed as.
The official narrative. Yeah.
Okay, the official narrative with Watergate is Richard Nixon sanctioned Watergate, and the burglars got busted. And then Nixon tried to cover it up. And then that's ultimately what he was taken down for, is obstruction of justice.
Okay.
But the real Watergate story is
Yes.
Nixon didn't have a clue that those guys were breaking in to the Watergate. He had a couple of guys on his staff, Jeb Magruder, who was acting chairman for the committee to re-elect the president, and John Dean, who was counsel to the president. Those two guys sanctioned the Watergate break-ins. And the burglars, G. Gordon Liddy and was the only one that wasn't CIA. All those burglars were CIA guys or CIA assets or had been CIA assets. G. Gordon Liddy was the only one, and he'd worked for the FBI. So Liddy was the point man, and Liddy thought that breaking into the Watergate was coming from Nixon's attorney general, John Dean, or John Mitchell.
Right.
He had no idea that it was coming from Jeb Magruder and John Dean. So they sent the burglars in the first time to get as much information on the Democrats. Now, the Watergate was the sixth floor of the Democratic National Committee was on the Democratic National Committee was on the sixth floor of the Watergate. And the burglars broke in the first time, and they were looking for like Democratic strategies, things like that.
Gotcha.
And then they broke in a second time.
The first time they broke in, they didn't get caught.
They did not get caught. No.
And this was how long before the second break-in?
About 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then 3 weeks later, they were ordered to get as much dirt as they possibly could. And the Democratic National Committee was connected to a brothel that was a CIA honey trap. And what happened was the secretary at the Democratic National Committee had in her desk, she had pictures of a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah.
And Democratic VIPs would check out the pictures of
So
the
funny they
prostitutes.
got busted doing that. So that was a whole separate issue. Yeah. So we got that one.
All right.
Yeah, we got that one.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So we got the preamble.
Let's fire it up right back to where we were, which was, what were we talking about? Yeah, Bill Gates.
Easy.
All right. We just got done talking about Bill Gates' connection with Epstein back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What bothers me about Gates, have you guys ever tried to get a hold of a human if you've had a problem with Word?
Oh, it's the worst, dude. Or you know what happened one time? What happens is they'll do a thing where you'll just like an Indian guy will just take over your computer. Like I was like moving my mouse and my mouse would start going to the left and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he's like, sir, please stop. Yeah, they'll just, if you gotta give them permission, they'll just get into your computer and start fucking going nuts on it.
You've gone for. I've never been
It
able
took
to
a
make.
lot for me to get that though. I was chat bot after chat bot.
If they got into my computer, dude,
Yeah, and
they
eventually
could ruin all of my Total War campaigns.
dude, you could
They
tank
could start a war with Russia, dude. I don't want that.
You know, here's what
your
I
own
mean.
Watergate.
There's a number of things that bother me about Bill Gates, but one of the preeminent things is he's buying all this land.
Yeah.
Why can't he put a call center? You know, on one of those acres. I mean, if he just spent a little of his money and made a call center in
Yeah.
Idaho.
Or have the dudes like hoeing all the strawberries, the Bluetooth, and they could do 2 at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
But not Billy. He's got because I'm a writer and I rely on Microsoft Word, unfortunately.
Dude,
and I had some problems with it about 6 months ago, and I desperately tried to talk to humans.
Yeah.
Can you find your Word documents that you save on the OneDrive? If I save anything on OneDrive, I can't find it. I don't know where it is on my computer. Sorry, we don't have to talk about computer files.
Well, I mean, I can try to give you. I can try to give you some tips.
I can't find the file afterwards. I'm stumped. I'm currently stumped. I try to
You
send.
lost your files.
I just try to like they're there, but then I try to email them to someone as an attachment, and it's just like, where is it? I'm
You
like,
need
I
a call
don't know.
center.
I do.
You desperately need
You got to
a call
let
center.
the engines into your computer, and they'll just start.
Yeah, they'll get it.
They'll get in there. Which I don't know how I even got in there. That was kind of nuts. I was like, what? Get out of my fucking mouse.
I mean, Gates wasn't making enough money selling Microsoft Word. Now we have to rent it, and then
Yeah, the suite.
there's no call center. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that might be his most, honestly, out of everything he's accused of, that might be the worst.
Was he ever accused of laying with ladies at Epstein's?
He's been outed that way.
Yeah.
Not with Epstein, but with in some other scenarios.
Okay.
But if he's been outed in other scenarios, I mean, why wouldn't?
Yeah,
he
why
be?
wouldn't he do
Yeah.
it?
Then his wife was the one who like blasted him on the Epstein stuff
Actually,
which is good God.
according to the media, she left him
because of it.
because of the Epstein stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
who
he and
knows,
Epstein
yeah.
went back to the 1990s.
Damn.
Instead of 2011. There's so much bullshit that's been manufactured about Epstein and so much salacious dirt. It's really unfortunate. You've got a guy that trafficked children for 25 years, and our media, no one in the mainstream media has called for any justice for any of those victims.
No,
yeah,
that's-
well, it became right wing to even care about it.
That's been that's not for
that's what
sure.
happened. If you
That
care
became
about it,
also
you're right-wing.
that's a big thing we talk about a lot on this is like we don't do anything about it. The only thing you can do with Epstein is just on a podcast be like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, true.
They killed him. We knew they were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And he trafficked kids and no one that's as far as we get.
There's a couple of things with Epstein that people just don't know. Okay, 'cause there's the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund that where a lot of Epstein's money went, and 225 victims applied for money. 150 were given. 150 were given money, and 8 decided not to take the deal. So ultimately, 142 were given money.
Damn. Can you imagine being cheap with that money?
But think of all the girls that he trafficked, and only 225 were come forward. But there's a couple other things. If you take any money from that fund, you've got to sign an NDA. Where you cannot name any of the perpetrators. And also, I know 2 psychologists, and one of them is very eminent. She's in the world of psychology, she's quite the superstar. She's counseled a woman, and then another psychologist is counseled a woman. They were under 10 years old when they were trafficked by Epstein. And one actually described Epstein's home and then talked about a park that was by his house and a number of things. And she was under 10 years old. And then I know of one other, I mean, these 2 psychologists I know pretty well, but then I know of another account too that I've been told of another account from someone who's, I think, legitimate, but I just haven't been able to corroborate it. So you've got the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund is a huge cover-up tool.
Damn.
It's being used to do what the government can't, to get these girls to shut up. And you've got to, and according to the government and the mainstream media, the youngest Epstein victim was 14 years old. So if you're going to apply for that fund and you're younger than 14, they're not going to give you any money. And we have no idea of how it works. We have no idea what the criteria is. It's behind it's in a black hole essentially.
It's weird that they're not. Why would it's not weird. We know why, but it's clear it's a cover up. They're not being open about anything. This should all be like you said. You filed for Freedom of Information Act and all that. This should be public, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's like, what's the point of being like we can't tell anyone what
pretty
happened?
useful to know, in terms of like voting for politicians.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, you raped a kid.
Yeah, did he rape a kid?
Yeah, you're out, dude.
We can't vote for you.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called The Franklin Scandal, which is basically Epstein is a carbon copy of the Franklin Scandal. It was about a child trafficking network. We talked about that the first time I was on your show.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, I mean, I was on to Epstein in 2012, and I got his black book in 2012.
Yeah.
And I ultimately published it. Gawker helped me publish it in 2015, but it took me 3 years to get that book published. It's kind of interesting. Once the book was nobody wanted to touch the book.
Yeah.
And but once the book was published, the floodgates opened on the book.
Yeah.
And I started an organization, a 501c3 called Epstein Justice. And what we're trying to do is to get a commission formed to actually look at the perpetrators. We want the perpetrators to be accountable, and we want to know why the government is covering up child trafficking. We have two simple objectives. We want the perpetrators prosecuted, and we want the government to tell us why it's covering up child trafficking.
Yeah, like why did they seal the original case when he got busted the first time? That all got sealed, didn't it? The very first case way back when.
A lot of that was sealed. I mean, I was able to get a lot of documents from the police and also the feds. They're floating around out there. I mean, the feds, when Epstein was originally busted, the Palm Beach Police Department started investigating in 2006. And then about a year later, they they were going to arrest Epstein on 5 counts of child abuse. And they knew, they had statements from 5 minors, but they knew of 17 others. So there were 22 minors there. And then that case got taken away from them and it was put into a grand jury. And how grand juries work is a special prosecutor is chosen for a grand jury, and he's the one that presents evidence to the grand jurors who they're just regular citizens that have shown up for jury duty. And so grand juries have been notoriously easy to hijack because you just show them the evidence that you want to show them. So although, and the special prosecutor for the Florida grand jury, Barry Kirshner, he called one victim and skewered her, even though he knew about 22, even though law enforcement. Now, when it went to the feds, they had a list, and I've got that list of over 30 victims. And they didn't indict Epstein on 1 count of child abuse.
Jesus.
And it's interesting. A lot of your listeners might know this, but Alexander Acosta was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida. And he became Trump's labor secretary. And when the Trump administration was vetting him, they asked him why he went so light on Epstein. And he said, I was told that Epstein was intelligence and it was above my pay grade. He actually said that, and he's never denied saying that.
What?
Yeah, he said that.
Shit. That's
so
crazy.
Unfortunately, there's a rogue element of our intelligence that blackmails people. And it happened in Watergate. It happened in the Franklin scandal, and then it happened with Confessions of a DC Madam. So this is actually, Watergate's actually my 3rd book on CIA sexual blackmail. And I don't really want to write another one at this point. I mean, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start writing about fishing.
That'd be nice.
Fishing and picnics.
Fantasy, a nice like fantasy novel would be nice.
I think my mind is probably too dark for that, but given what I've exposed it to the last. I've been at this for 22 years, so
Yeah.
it's been kind of a slog. But Epstein justice, every American knows that something is wrong with the Epstein case.
Yeah.
There's three. If you've got a pathology, there's three ways. There's three phases. There's awareness, there's acceptance, there's action. And now we're at the point where Americans have to accept that the government covered this up. And then at that point, and that's a jumping off point for action.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, nobody believed that I think you got to be pretty entrenched in like the TV news to be like, no, the police were going to arrest him and penalize him, but he killed himself. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. he did pick a convenient time to kill himself.
True.
Yeah. When the guards left and the cameras turned off.
And he got depressed, and he's like,
And he
"What's
got
the
sad.
point? What the fuck?"
He missed the guards.
and then his serial killer cellmate was taken out.
Yeah.
And
Damn, he had a cellmate. I didn't even know that.
what's that?
He was bunking up with the guy.
Yeah, with the guy that had killed multiple people. I think maybe the Bureau of Prisons was hoping that.
Yeah, that guy would get it done.
I mean, they're in pretty close. You're in pretty close proximity with a multiple killer. You know, multiple.
They're probably shaking his cage, rattling his cage,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get every day at lunch, be like, yeah, fuck you, pussy. You
won't
won't do it. You
fucking
won't
kill
fucking
anyone."
kill anyone ever again. You're soft, bitch. Here, take this knife.
That's crazy. Yeah, he was there with a serial killer.
It's this guy was a former police officer who'd killed some people.
Yeah, those guys go rogue, dude.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you could call him a serial. I don't know. A serial killer. I think he killed
He was
like
a
three
killer.
people.
Yeah, he was a
We
killer.
got one here right now. In
I
Austin.
heard
In
about
Austin,
the
really?
Austin killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they found 2 bodies like last week.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares because apparently it's gay guys. So everyone's going, it doesn't matter.
They suspect he's gay because he only kills like young adult males
Oh,
that
okay.
leave like bars on Rainey Street.
And that's where you frequent.
That's not where I frequent.
Careful, Sean.
Sean, be careful.
I'll catch him.
You might catch him. You might, yeah, with
I'll
your
lure
wrestling
him
background.
in, yeah, and I'll catch
Did you
him.
ever hear about the
Pin his
Bring
lake?
him
ass.
to justice.
My friend was telling me this weekend there's a lake in somewhere in Georgia called like not Rainier, some sort of lake where apparently it had something to do with like the slave trade back in the day and blah blah blah. But all these like younger kids will be partying on the lake and they just go under. And they'll ask their friends like, was your friend like hammered? Like, nah, I look fine. So there's the local lore that like there's these ghosts of slaves that are just like pulling down white partiers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, I heard about that. I was like, damn, that's so scary.
That's very scary.
Like ghosts
Get
of
your ass down. Get your ass down here, motherfucker.
Better work on your breaststroke.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Now, this is racist, but you'd think you'd be able to outswim. You think that's white's territory. You go, oh, we're in the water now, dude.
You just get
You've
yanked
entered the
up.
white's domain.
You've had your 5th white claw. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go.
Come here, boy.
A ghoul.
You're on a paddleboard. You're like, get off me.
Oh, shit.
My
Either way.
first major investigation was into a
I
serial
thought you
killer.
liked that.
I love it.
My first major investigation was in. I'm from Minneapolis, and I
Sure.
wrote for the Weekly, and there was a crazy woman who she ran an organization called Whisper, and she tried to mainstream prostitutes, get them out of the life. But she was so crazy that it was hard to listen to her, and she was saying that there's serial killer killing prostitutes, but nobody really listened to her because she was so crazy. And then I decided, well, I'm going to look into this, and I was able to find, I think it was like 46 women, mostly prostitutes, that have been stabbed, strangled, or beaten to death in the previous 8 years. Now, law enforcement had denied that there was a serial killer, but then I showed them my list, which was really difficult to put together.
Yeah.
I showed them my list and I said, I went to the Minneapolis Police Department. I went to the St. Paul Police. I said, you guys really want to say that there's no serial killer? And then they kind of copped to it, but then it was a task force was formed.
Oh, wow. Did they ever get the guy?
And the way of that article. No. and they're really hard to catch.
Yeah.
If they're good. I mean, if they're stupid, you can get them
Yeah.
after one or two.
True, yeah.
But if they're Ted Bundy or someone,
Was Dahmer in Minneapolis?
he was in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. He's in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, I can remember I was at this really nice little island in Lake Superior called Madeline Island, and the guys that I was staying with, they don't have like televisions or radios or anything. I mean, it's pretty rustic, and it's really cool to do a lot of it. There's berry picking and fishing, all kinds of stuff.
It's awesome. Berry picking's nice. I did it this year. It's very relaxing. Pick blueberries. It was fantastic.
It's
Ate so many.
we were definitely picking blueberries,
That's nice.
It was awesome.
and I came back to civilization, and I stopped off at a diner, and that's when Jeffrey Dahmer had been outed, and I was reading the newspaper, and I thought to myself, welcome back to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He's a cannibal.
But the FBI says that there's like 50 of them at any given time in the United States.
50 serial killers kicking around?
But I think that it's probably closer to 200.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of interesting. Our culture, I mean, serial killers are in all cultures, but our culture seems to mass produce them more than other countries.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Well, what would be your insights into that?
About why we have more serial killers?
Yeah.
Because we're number one.
True. We're the best.
We're
Yeah,
the
we are
best
the
at
best.
literally everything. School shooters.
Yeah, we are the best.
We're number one.
Do we? So we definitely have the most serial. Like how far is our lead?
I think Japan covers them up. I think Asia covers them up and says, no, there's no murders here.
Yeah.
I think we got quite the head start. If it's a 50-yard
We
dash,
celebrate ours. They hide theirs.
it's
True.
there was
Russia gets after it, don't they? I think there's a lot
there
of
was that
Russian
Russian Chikatilo who
boys. Yeah.
killed in excess of like 100 people.
The guy here is, and he's putting them all in Lady Bird. He puts all the bodies in the same spot.
Really, I mean that
Yeah, the
should
cops just go and let's set up let's get some fucking
True.
trail cams out there.
Yeah.
It's not that you guys don't even have to wait outside. Just put a camera up.
Yeah, right by the lake.
Go, who's dumping sweet gardinis into the Lady Bird lake?
He's looking at the camera.
Party boys. Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. They got me.
Yeah, that
So
shit creeps me out.
has
man.
he? You would think that if they knew where he's dumping them, that
You would think.
that would be
It'd be kind of easy.
put a camera there and
What is it?
The United States apparently has had 3,615 total serial killers. Second place is Russia with 196.
Damn.
We're the best.
that's quite a lead. Yeah.
I think that also could do with
Could be
law enforcement here.
Catching.
At least investigating. I think if you're, and this is starting in what, like the 60s, 70s is when serial killers started getting rowdy?
Yeah, I mean they were happening before then, but
Yeah. But I mean,
But the-
like getting caught
yeah.
and being like in the news. We had media and people looking out for it.
We have more
You could be in the middle of fucking Russia killing people and no one would ever. You go village to village. They go, yeah, that guy's gone.
Chikatilo was doing that though, the
Yeah.
Russian serial killer.
But
Yeah.
we have more
And that
like
was
shooters. We have more. I guess that's
Soviet,
because we have all them guns.
But the guns thing. What's interesting is Canada has pretty much the same amount of guns per capita as U.S.
Really?
and they're not shooting people like we shoot people.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I wonder what the hell it is. Red food coloring, red food dye. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is just.
Too much
I think
MTV.
it's
What's your theory?
Too much Beavis and Butthead.
True.
South Park. And Marilyn Manson.
I think it's people eating McDonald's.
Yeah, I was about to say too many
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets. I was just thinking the same thing.
You do go nuts if you have nuggets.
Dipping your fries into a frosty and you're
Yeah, you go, I should kill that bitch.
My
This
My-
reminds me of a knife into a hooker.
my theory on McDonald's, it's all made out of the same substance. It's just at different temperatures. Now I could be wrong. It's Soylent Green. I mean, I should add that too. Would your generation know what Soylent Green is?
I've heard of it. It was that one-stop shop. Like you could just drink the shake and it replaced food, basically.
No, actually, it was a movie where the population had kind of escalated and they were recycling people. Vis-a-vis lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
They have a thing called Soylent that I swear to God it's like a meal replacement.
It was a Charlton Heston movie, actually.
Dang. It's kind of fucked up. They named their shake after that.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It was before he became president of the NRA.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That is a mystery to ponder. Why would we have the most serial killers? Our rough competitive edge.
I bet we have the most of literally everything.
True. The best.
I bet we have the most pedophiles. I bet we got it on lock. Everything. Best slam dunks. Most slam dunks.
True. Everyone in their own way has to aspire to greatness.
You got to do something crazy.
It's true.
Well, what's interesting is the United States, I think, is the most spiritual country and the most material country. There's more spiritual options here than I think anywhere else. But yet there's also a rampant materialism.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe all that materialism begets that. You know, you go, why do I need all this shit? I need to find something.
Well, your materialism begot me starting a podcast. So it's kind of interesting. I'm a really bad speller. I was really dyslexic as a kid, and I can't really spell. If it wasn't for spell check, there's no way I could have been a professional writer. So I was at a buddy's place, and he had one of those Macs, and he put spell check on, and he said, and I watched the spell check correct all the words, and I thought, I got to get one of those. So I got a Mac, and then I moved to New York, and I covered this conference on genetic engineering, and I was writing an article about telomeres. They're like the egglets on the end of your chromosome. And every time a cell divides, the telomere shortens, and that's what determines your obsolescence. So I plugged telomere into her search engine. This was even before Google. And then there was all these hits on telomeres, and I got a bunch of information about it, and I was able to write the article. But as soon as I saw those hits on telomeres, I said, I got to get one of those. That kind of was a Freudian. And then I did your tits. And then I did your podcast, and you told me how much money you make, and I said, I got to get one of those.
You saw our tits.
You saw our sweet tits.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get some closing arguments here. What are you thinking about? What do you want to close on? Watergate, Epstein,
future of the country.
I would say your listeners go to Epstein Justice and check us out, and be helpful if you bought my Watergate book. Actually, it'd be helpful if you bought any of my books, and it's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Awesome.